How's it going, everybody? Yo, I'm a little late by like I was gonna say an hour, but actually that was planned. Totally. It actually was. It was. Why is my webcam so okay, hold on. Let me just increase the brightness a little. I'll just hit it with a gain. You know what I mean? That'll be good. Because it's not even dark in my room. It's actually kind of bright. At least for me it's bright. I don't know if I don't really know, man. I don't really know. It looks bright when I look at my setup. But when I sit down, OBS for some reason has a hard time with it, I guess. I don't know, dude. We're going to try to see if we can get some groups tonight over on the NA. As I said last week, though, we're not going to do any paladins this week. Just for NA. I just want to see how it's like. It may make finding groups a little harder, but I hope not. You know what I mean? I hope not. I'm just going to try to see if we can avoid paladins at all, just to see what's it like. Just for 1 week. I just want to see if it's even possible. Problem is, a lot of people play paladins, like enough where it's like we may need paladins to fill groups. But we'll see. We'll try our very, very best. You know what I mean? We'll just give it our best shot, see how it goes. Maybe it'll go well, maybe it won't. I gotta lower down the music a little. There we go. That should be good enough. Alrighty, let's try to see if we can put some groups together. Hopefully Boris and the regular boys will be around tonight. Oh, shit. Wait, Rev, no paladins? Holy. Okay. Rev is helping me, bro. Rev is helping. He's like, yo, no paladins? Sign me up, dude. Sign me up. Holy. Alrighty. Should I add that in the, doing a... no paladins event tonight? I guess I'll add that in there as a courtesy. No paladins today. Get out of here, Paladinos. No, and Robinson immediately signed up, dude. Yes, yes, yes. You should. What's up, Zed? How you doing, my guy? Hello. Hi, Dal. Why did it? Well, hold on. Look at this. Why is this translating? Look at this. Rev said hello song, but it's for some reason translating hi Dal into hello song. Hello. My name is Song, apparently. All right. Whatever. Robinson, I'm so sorry. I would love to take you, but I can't. I cannot. I can't put it past myself, man. I cannot. Also, I gotta go and I also mess around with WeakAuras, by the way. It's pretty much WeakAuras, dude. WeakAuras are pretty much back. It's crazy. Hi, Song. Yo, what? Why is that even translated? So ready for 5 on 1? What's up, Truth? Hopefully not a paladin. Hopefully more like, yo, I'm ready. I've been gearing up, man. I've been waiting. And then all of a sudden it's like, wait, I play paladin. Good luck, Dal. That'd be the worst. That would be the worst. Alrighty. Hey, ready for duels? Hold on, is Boris making a third group? Yo, Boris is, dude. Boris, just take over for me. Wait, no, Boris got 2. Maybe I should grab Rev in my group then. 3 out of 5. Okay, hold on. Rev, just join my group. I have one listed. We'll just grab you and we'll grab whoever I can, man. Blue Dragon is a PvE guy. Pink Buns, more than welcome to. As long as it's not a, does Bellator want to join? Oh, wait. Bellator. Hey, Bellator. Wanna join the girls? I'm gonna ask anyway. Rev, here we go. Cool. I'll need a couple of bodies here. Chicago is already in. Unless I want M+ guy. Damn, I don't know that man then. I think Chuck2Z has been doing more PvE. I'm not a paladin, I'm a warrior. I imagine, dude. No. I would love you here, but I can't. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Arcanite Crypt. I don't remember if Gentle Demon joined duels at all. I'm just gonna ask him. I'm gonna run by him. JP Bala is just doing BG Blitz. Ooh. Hey, wanna join? I'm gonna ask him just like that. Wanna join no paladins duels? Metsu is doing some Cedar Chamber, right? Let's see the guy in... Oh shit, hold on. Hey. Okay, we got Light Sword. Picking up Light Sword. We got the boy. Hey, wanna join a no paladins 5v5 duels? I don't know if Quartz is already in. He might have already got picked up. Who knows, honestly. Razor, I think, is a friend. I have no idea. Sure, everybody complained about paladins, eh? Haha. Yeah. We are trying something tonight. WeakAuras better not be coming back. I'm kind of hoping not. Well, WeakAuras are in. They are like a WeakAura, but with limitations. Right now, there's like 3 functions they could do. They'll tell you which feather you are on Dalaran fight. They'll help you with the spells on paladins. And there's something else that they do. I forget which fight. But there's like only 3 things. They're not supported, but it's a fork. And people are trying to figure out ways to add them in. They're doing it little by little. Unless Blizzard ends up kneecapping them now. The people are gonna bring it back, man. It's gonna happen. Pinky Buns? Okay, Pinky Buns is that guy. Got it. It's Roguelock. Yo, hey, wanna join Duels? Working on my house? Go for it, man. Go for it. Do your thing. Gentle, give me a minute. Okay. Gentle is down, so that'll be, I need 2 more. So that'll be perfect. Laying down epic walls. Dude, should I go watch War working on this house? Will even let me watch him like make stuff in like in real time? How does that work? MC Ivy? Yo, Sam, my man, he's back, dude. He's back. Got a message. Let me bring up BNet actually messages because I have a hard time tracking these. Okay, did message Rosie. Rosie might be down to join after he's done with this thing. Trickster, hey, wait, we have, how many rogues do we have on this group? 2. I mean, we could grab a lot more rogues. I do have a lot of rogues in my real ID. Ooh. Hold on, so Gentle, we're picking him up, so that'll be 5 or 4. And then if I pick up Wild Imp, if he's down to join, that'll be 5. Gentle. Wait. Wait. Is Gentle... Hunter. That's fine. I was thinking, what if Gentle's a paladin and I just invited him and now I'm just gonna be like, actually not you. That would have been so BM. Dragonblade Cinderella, does he want to join? I doubt he would want to join the Dracti Evoker. Doing a no paladin session. Wait, where's WAP? What's up, gamers? What's up, No Jab? How you doing, my man? Hey, already tried the Diab. He's busy with something because he's really slow. All good. Hold on, Wild Imp said lol. It might be like, yeah, I'll be down. He just hit me with a lol. I don't know if it's like him just saying lol. Get out of my face. He's got a use the cap. No, he's good. He's good. I was thinking it was one of those lol. Ha! Like laughing, but it's like, get out of my sight. Dal, you keep asking me every week. Flee! Leave! Hey, Vamp, wanna join a no paladins? 5V5 1V1 DUELS? Dude, Brodinson has been sitting queued up. He's just like, maybe Dal will change his mind. Maybe this man will be a generous chap. Maybe he will just, you know, forgive and forget. Allow me to compete. Even a little. Give me a crumb of competition. And I'm just like, man. Big hockey. Is that hockey on Among Us? Yo! Let's go! Okay, team is set. Actually, I don't even know if it's hockey. But I'm gonna make Rev lead here. So that'll work. Okay, this team is ready. Checking in on other teams. Where's Boris at? Boris, we got 5. How about you, friend? Checking in with Boris, it will be good. We might have to double up on more classes. Like, if you need to bring more paladins, more hunters, more whatever. Nope, not paladin. Scratch that. If you need to bring, like, more rogues or something, I'm fine with it, right? We're doing no paladin, but basically all the rules of how many of each class you bring are out of the table, are out of the window. If we're sacrificing paladins on an altar, we're bringing everything else, literally. Damn, we'll be down? During or we hate phase and rogues? Haha, fair. No paladins is the rule this evening. Dude, I feel like if you have... Some rogues are pretty strong. Maybe there's a 4 set. That's awesome. I feel like with us making a rule of no paladins, no whatever as a class combo, like eventually it's gonna be like, okay, well, rogues are slapping everybody. Then we'll have to ban rogues. And we'll be like, okay, well, pharaohs are slapping everybody. You have to ban pharaohs. So we'll be like, no pally, no sub rogue, no rogue in general, I guess. No pharaoh or dude for that matter. It's just warlocks, mages, and like, I don't know, a monk. It's just recasters. I feel like if we keep doing like totem pole, knocking the top of the totem pole, there's still going to be somebody at the top of the totem pole. But you know, we'll get to make really good there. Do you have a mage? Looks like we just failed last sec, but we will be doing these all evening. Beautiful. What's up? Yo. Why? Okay, Rosie, why in the world? Look, it translated to I. Yo. I. I. All right, we're ready. Teams ready. Gillis, Reverence, lead, Bop, in the particular match, Boris. Yo, we'll have spots. Don't you worry, my guy. We'll have spots for you. Reverence. We're doing a no paladin one, by the way, Rosie. So if you want to bring in whatever, no paladins at all. YouTube hates me. Yo, it's not even you, man. It's just YouTube hates everybody. YouTube decided that English is, for some reason, needs to be translated and then, like, absolutely butchered at the same time. Look. Actually, don't look. It's embarrassing either way. It's embarrassing for me and everybody. Soup. Yeah, exactly. Look, it doesn't translate soup. When you write soup, like plain soup, it just says soup. Hey, it's Vamp. What's up, Vamp? How you doing, my guy? Yeah, we'll have spots tonight, man. We'll definitely have spots. Also, like I said, I don't know if I told you DM or not. No paladin run. Also, let me pop this in the chat and pin it. just because I forgot to do it. But in case somebody's like wants to join in, feeling kind of shy, I just have it in here either way. Alrighty, switch. We're missing one over for the team Boris, but hopefully they'll still pop in here in just a second. Otherwise, somebody in team Boris is gonna have to pop out. Probably your boy Chicago. We got us a Skinsley here as well. We also got Demoniac. I like the Torrent rogue play. And we got ourselves Evanescence. Wait, Evanescence. Evanescence. No, it is Evanescence. Okay, for some reason I got it wrong. They do have a guy named Grenades. I kind of like Panda, big old stinky skunk, just named Grenades. I kind of love it, not gonna lie. Succubus EC as Evanescence got himself Dot and Affliction Warlock. We actually haven't seen it happen in these in quite a while. Big Hockey immediately getting rotted, but it's going to be the pet adding an additional damage. Leg swept doesn't leg sweep. It looks like the main big pet, but it doesn't end up getting a stun into Evanescence. But I'm pretty sure you're just kind of waiting out until they can stack up a bunch of UA. Hold on, what is this damage behind the pillar? You were like at 50% and then something just chunked you out of nowhere. You like remove the dot somehow? UA is up. Got the dots in. Another UA. Hold on a second. Is he just gonna die UA? Is gonna have a karma. Evanescence got himself instant cast. Fear to follow. Still stacking up UA. That's gonna juke. I think it's over. Hockey unfortunately does go down, but Evanescence just got a couple of those dots and letting him just rot him. And Reverence is gonna try to see if he can land himself a better angle. They did end up adjusting the cooldowns here. Reverence, I'm seeing Mortal Coil and Shadow Fury. Is there an actual cooldown in Shadow Fury? Like, is it actually going to show up? I know there's an actual cooldown, but I just never really seen the game. I've seen the game show the buff or the icon for Shadow Fury, the purple one near Mortal Coil at the bottom forever, but I never seen a cooldown on that thing. It's kind of like with Paladin's wings. You never really see cooldown on that. But then again, today it's not like we're going to see any wings on Paladins at all. Evanescence just going in for instant cast into a fear, swiping out the pet for Rev with a bit of reflect. Mortal Coil does land it. Try to see if he can go for a setup. Mortal Coil back. Evanescence with a couple of UA stacking the damage. Rev comes some big shields. Big Dark Harvest. That's going to be also that Nethreza damage for free for Rev, who's actually taking a decent bit of damage. Evanescence just keep loading him up full of UA. Shadow Fury does get a cooldown actually by the looks of things. Evanescence is gonna need to make sure they can somehow dodge or CC that Soulfire. If that Soulfire crits, this is where the bread and butter damage for Rev is gonna come out. Can chain a couple of balls together with it, and you'll be golden. Does go for the wall here, as Evanescence just continuing the sustained damage. Is gonna go for the fear, shrink it out for Rev, got himself a fear, but it looks like the dots do end up causing him to collapse. They're unfortunate, but does end up going down. Looks like Affliction Warlocks apparently can do kind of okay. Big Buns is going to be up next as an undead rogue. I haven't seen female undead rogue in a hot second, honestly. That looks good. It's going to go for a vanish. Double gate out for Evanescence. Has the pet out in the open. Is there any dots? No. Pink does avoid any dots. I like the name as well. Sub translates to soup. Yeah, it does for some reason. I have no idea, man. I have no idea why. Evanescence is in a decent spot right now, actually. Where's Pink at? Is he out? No dots? The pet knows where you are. Like, it's literally walking with you. It's almost holding your hand. Dude, it knows where you are. It actually is following you. It's actually following you. I don't know if Evanescence noticed it, but the pet literally is following the rogue. I don't know how. I don't know why. Kidney shot. Pink does go for the dots. Evanescence does not have a way out of this situation whatsoever. It is going to have to take the damage, but look at the rot he's doing to the rogue. The rogue has barely been able to play the game. Got himself some blades, but it doesn't matter. Evanescence dots are just doing way too much damage, pushing the rogue over the edge. Unfortunately, without a Cloak of Shadows, he does have a trinket, but I think he decided maybe like, oh no, he did have a trinket, but he also used an undead racial. That's gonna put his trinket on cooldown. He wouldn't have access to it anyway. Evanescence is on the spot, trying to make sure when they do get sapped up, that War is out in the open to get hit by the Succubus. He knows the Succubus is out in the middle. He's just gonna try to see if he can avoid getting around. As long as he can get in trips on Succubus, he'll be okay. Going for a bit of a sippy cup. He builds up some damage. Actually might even be able to rot down the Succubus. Evanescence with a little bit of this go buffer took a decent bit of damage from afar. But range, trying to see if he can walk the Succubus out. Is gonna be able to catch the rogue out from the side. UA, Haunt, everything connects. Trying to see if he can grapple over. Cloak of Shadows is in play. Got himself mobility. Another grapple maybe? Does have another one. Do you have another port? Mortal Coil. Got the rogue running until Cloak of Shadows is gone. Hits him with the Curse of Exhaustion. Vanish from the rogue to get out of the slow. Kidney shot. Maybe a smoke bomb on top of it. Does he have it? It doesn't look like he plays it. He might be playing a different talent instead. Fear to follow. UAs are getting stacked up. Haunt, blind. That Haunt does connect. Does a bit of chunky damage. That's going to be more procs out for Evanescence. Interrupted on Shadow, but looks like he's got Shadow Flame with Harvest. Into a big killing spree. Try to see if it can load all that damage between the eyes. Looks like the Rogue is picking up, but all of a sudden, I don't even understand. The Rogue had a decent bit of health, and then all of a sudden just got extinguished with Morrigan last one left. Is that a marksman? I think it is a marksman. No, Beast Mastery. Evanescence so far just rotting these boys. I'm having a hard time believing what I just watched. He dotted the Rogue. The Rogue was about... Wait. I mean, if they want to do this, that's fine. If they want to give him an honor duel, I'm perfectly cool with it. Is that what Morgan wants? Looks like that's what they wanted. Otherwise, I think they would have had an issue. Wait. Fighting shutdown is up for the pet. I don't even know. Melted? Bro, I mean, it's an Affliction Warlock. You'd imagine they would just like rot it down slowly. But then something just spiked up on Whir. I'm not even sure. Stun. Fears the pets, but doesn't fear Morrigan. Is going to go for attempt on the big wailing arrow. Evanescence does get the juke out of kick. Wall. Everything is available. All defenses are up. Morlock Wall trying to see if he can go for that pulsing Dark Harvest damage. Morrigan might be in a rough spot unless you have something here. Turtle Shell, but may just be rotting down to the dots. Fainting for a second. That demon is still chasing after you, seeking out your soul. 12% health, but you're still getting procced on. What is happening? He died before Evanescence even got the line of sight to land a Shadow Bolt. For some reason, you only got 4? Did one of them die to a heart attack and it just like didn't count for the Warlock? We gotta go again. I want to see what kind of wizardry this man is pulling off. We gotta give this man another shot. What in the world? Oh my, what is this burst? Boris and Rev, let me know when you guys are ready. Or if you need more bodies, also let me know. What's up, Razor? How you doing, my guy? You guys full? I can check and I'll let you know if we need more. Boris is good. Rev. Oh, Vamp too. Vamp, I can invite you as well if you need spots. Rev, let me know if you're good. That was me in that tier that was better, so I'm playing instead of Diabolical. Yeah, if you want to play that instead of Dia, more than welcome to, man. Play whatever you like. I haven't seen Affliction in Midnight at all so far, so this is the first time we got to see him duel, which was fantastic. Got 5? Beautiful. No, yeah, we'll rotate. We'll rotate naturally as the night goes on. Like, people pop in and then pop out. So, yeah, just be patient. Just be patient. It'll happen. We're here for like what, the next 2 hours, so we'll be hanging out, man. UA, yeah, UA. Is it UA that trunk them? Does UA? Okay, so I know that UA can do a dots, but it doesn't like just eviscerate people, does it? Or is there something new that UA is doing these days? I know that UA did a lot, Gentle, but like, what bursts people down? I know he's got what, the Haunt, and that's gonna proc his Nethreza, or possibly proc his Nethreza. Is it just the Nethreza procs? It stacks. Well, I know it stacks. I know you can like UA, but a lot of the times you just kill people without UA. When you get a succulent charge, the UA does instant damage. Can you also instant apply UA? Because I feel like your burst happens so fast I don't even notice it. Instant UA, huh? I'm interested. Curiosity was peaked, but now I'm fully invested. I want to see which. Wait, do you stack? Wait, can you like get multiple procs of it then? Kind of wild, honestly. Who's going to be first up? Looks like Grenade just shuffling around. Maybe he'll be first. No, it's going to be Demoniac as an Assassination Rogue. You got to love an Assassination Rogue with fist weapons, man, and a bandolier in the back. You are going to be playing against another Rogue. It is Whir. So it is a Rogue versus Rogue match. Assassination versus Outlaw. I think in this matchup, normally, Subtlety and Assassination does win. Normally. I don't want to put it past Whir because he's pretty good at Outlaw. He also plays Trickster, which is a very... It's not a bad hero spec, it's just not as played right now for a couple of reasons. Damage-wise, it's pretty fine. It's the mobility and like utility and passive damage. It's a little bit different in that regard. I think the coup de grace, like signing up for it takes a second, but it's probably going to be really good. Damage for Shadowbolt gives instant UA proc, and when UA expires, it reapplies itself. Wait, what? Hold on. UA, when it expires, it reapplies itself, and you get instant versions? Okay, there's some shenanigans I did not know about Dia. I had no idea. They were so close to next to each other. So close. Dude, whenever I see Tauren stealthing, they'll look slower. They move the same speed as everybody, but they just shuffle around slower. But I guess that's what happens when you have a big old Tauren. Because even when they're not installed, they move slowly, even though they're covering the same distance as everybody. I do notice that. I do kind of like that. It is interesting. They're right next to each other. They're so close, man. They're so close. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be one of those wait until the eyes are available and then grab up, right? Most likely. Maybe. Unless it's just intersecting. No. You can see kind of how both rogues are doing this. Some rogues roam in the middle, and that's what Demoniac does. I usually kind of do a little bit of that, but not much. I do more close to what Word does though. But I think it might just come down to Outlaw versus the other spec. Picking up the eye, where avoiding the eye pickup. Demoniac could actually probably get an opener on him. It's going to be, yeah, he knows, he sees him. He can stop the grapple ahead of time. He can stop the sap. It's going to get a kidney shot for Word, building up a little bit of damage. Does go for a drone rush. Trinket disarm out for Demoniac into an evasion by Word. Demoniac still has plenty of CC. Trinket off of this into a vanish on that killing spree. Unfortunately, won't be able to find him. Phantom Knives. Cheap shot. Demoniac should hopefully be able to live it. It is a very, very short-lived stun. Very short-lived. He does still have dots on the guy. Step is going to be huge with the kidney. Word does not have a trinket anymore, actually, so this could be really bad for him. It's going to be full dots, Kingsbane, full setup, no death mark. No, oh wait, there goes the death mark. Took a second. Word goes in for Sippy Cup. He has a blind, that's about it. Does reset the kill spree to have another go, but unfortunately all those bullets are missing with that evasion. Demoniac does get himself just a little more survivability. Cloak and Shadows both are so low. It could be anyone's game, but Demoniac does take it last second. Oh my god, I honestly did not think it was gonna come out alive there, but looks like Assassination does barely squeeze out a victory. Unfortunately, Morrigan is not gonna give you a chance whatsoever. As a hunter, when you see a rogue, you hit him with a hunter mark, you lock him down. You don't give rogues a chance as a marksman or as a beastman. As a hunter in general, you just don't give him a chance. Honestly, cannot blame him. I cannot blame him. I feel like too many hunters have been burned by rogues. It's been just a, it's just been a back and forth forever and ever and ever with those two. Freezing trap while you're waiting for the rogue to get a sap opener on you. And it's just a game of cat and mouse. And I feel like rogues usually win against hunters. Even though maybe like older expansions like in Classic, you could just kite him out, but even then, I feel like rogues usually find ways around it. Wailing Arrow, big damage, grenades, dropping down big bombs over onto Morrigan, who's trying to go for as much damage as possible. Does get hit with a disarm, can still use some of their abilities. Freezing trap right next to him. I don't know whose it is. Boomstick comes out. That's where Grenades is like, you know what? I got a gun too. Give me a second. Grenades is still flying for Grenades. This is going to be a turtle shell for a moment. Grenades is in a decent spot. Morgan is a bit of a rough one. Does get frozen. I don't know for Morgan if you could just go line of sight and do distance damage with kill commands. Those pets are going to do decent damage. Grenades picked up a lot of health just now. I think it was the fattest Exil I've ever seen. With Morgan not in an amazing spot. 10% health. Unless you can get a binding shot onto Grenades, which he looks like he's going to tether. Does go for Intimidate. Is it enough? Wailing Arrow, mad damage. Hold on a second. Both got so low, but Grenades walks in for the melee swing with the turtle shell as he's trying to see if he can run from Rev. The Warlock is on the prowl, dotting up the pet. Unless Grenades. Yeah, camo unfortunately will not happen. The pet is around the corner, so he's going to catch a succubus CC on you. There's nothing he can do. Soulfire is over. Actually lights. Holy moly. But Chicago going to be up next. Immediately goes in for that ascent after getting ruined for Rev. And looks like Rev is far enough away from the gateway or the port. Rev is trying to see if he can reposition back over. Trying to see if he can hold over to the other side of the pillar. If he can do it, he'll be just fine. Managing to live the damage of Chicago with all those wind strikes flying from the ascent. But it looks like Chicago is playing not a Tempest build. He's playing a Totemic build. Totemic Ascent. Is that good? I mean, I'm assuming it has some value. Because Ascent is generally pretty strong as a button. But Chicago is, I think, going to end up playing into a more Maelstrom heavy build here. Not a Lightning Bolt build, but maybe like, ooh. Oh, that lasso on a pet resummon actually was so good. Question is, does Chicago have Primordial Storm? Go, he's trying to see if he can live the pet. Do you have a Tremor Totem for the Succubus CC, or you interrupt that thing? I actually think you did interrupt it. Chaos Bolt off of that fear. That's going to give Rev a bit of an opportunity into Reflect. You can actually get a hard cast into Chicago while Reflect is active. Chicago does go for a trick of Mortical immediately. Both right after with Insinuates flying in. Going to deal a decent bit of damage. Chicago with a wall to toughen up a little. Rev got him some plenty of health and a dark pack that's getting big value. Chicago still has a grounding totem, so as long as he can time it in a good spot, we should be able to eliminate some of the damage from Rev. Is going to end up backing up out of there. Actually focused in on the Succubus. Does Rev is going for a quick summon? Does he have a quick summon? He doesn't. He doesn't. I think it's a mandatory quick summon. You have to use it. You have to send it. But Chicago's in a decent spot. Is going to focus in on Succubus. He was able to kill it last time, so he should be able to focus it this time. Landing a lasso onto Rev. They did buff up lasso quite a decent bit. Dude, look at that lasso damage. Rev is 58% health. That was a really solid stun. He rooted the pet, so you cannot get CC'd. Lassoed him, so you can't even do damage. You can't even respond with a full-on stun. It is going to be a grounding totem for just a second. Chicago does break out of that CC fairly quickly. And is going to try to see if it can catch up a little bit of health. While the Succubus is next to you, this is where Chicago needs to make sure they're hitting the Succubus, at least keeping a Flame Shock on it so you can't re-stealth. And then making sure that Rev does not get a fresh new summon. He is going to get that CC. Soulfire, fast cast is huge. It's going to be a stun. Bolt to follow. He's fast casting everything right now. He's just firing off bullets left and right. Bolt after bolt does go for at least one grounding totem. Rev making sure to eliminate it. There goes a big ascend. Rev is trying to position. Maybe he can get a port. Does go for a port. Chicago is going to be able to turn a lot of attention onto the Succubus specifically. Rev at some point is going to have to summon a fresh new one. Mortal Coil, he's not going to be able to do much. Unless he goes for Fear, Succubus is dead. Rev right now is out by himself. He's going to be able to go for a Reflect. Chicago try to see if he can purge it in order to remove it. As long as Rev got mobility and maybe like Mortal Coil, Fear, anything. Oh, actually, now that he doesn't have a Succubus, he's in a rough spot. Got him some Gateway. Unless you can fast summon another one, fast track a Succubus, it's not happening. With a lasso, it is over. Does go for a Trinket with a wall. Burrow down for Chicago. Rev with another Gateway. I don't know if you can go for another one. You have to land a Fear into Chicago or something. Yeah, I think at this point, he's just going to have to run out the clock. Maybe Shadow Crash around the corner. Try to see if he can mount up. Try to see if he can just move out of here. 3 seconds for a Mortal Coil. Maybe a Mortal Coil into a Fear. Try to see if we can take down a totem. Port by Rev. Summoning up a Syed. Is it going to be enough? I don't think it's going to be enough. No totems around the corner. Stun totem for Chicago. Everything to lock down Rev. Oh my. Mortal Coil connects. Trinket. It's over, I think. Yeah, Chicago played that as well as they could. Does get himself last Soulfire. Wait a second. I was going to say, what if that Soulfire crits? The Soulfire, Fear, Bolt, just knock out. That would have been insane. If anyone want to join, Dal, pin in chat. There we go. There we go. There we go. Pink Buns is going to be up next. Full dots of the Chicago. Bleeds are in. No Kingsbane though. Are you just going to go in? Chicago's taking a lot of damage from those dots. It's over. It's over for Chicago. 10%. Yep. As soon as you die below 10%, all those dots, if the damage of leftover dots when you're below 10% is more than the rest of your health bar, like 150% more than the rest of your health bar, it just insta kills you. Kenzie is going to go for a full blast. Massive Primordial Storm onto Pink Buns, who does go for a kidney with an evasion. Kingsbane is available. Gouge for a second. Disarm, trying to do whatever he can just to interrupt Kinsey. Is not an amazing spot health-wise. Unfortunately, those lava bursts or lightning bolts are going to take him out. Hockey just goes in full burst. Kinsey with a wall right after. Does he have enough here? Damage-wise? I think he should be able to, right? Yeah, Kinsey, unfortunately, there's just not much you can really do in that situation. That is a tough one. Unfortunately, that is a tough one with Evanescence going to be up next. Trying to see if he can get himself some dots around the corner. For Hockey, it's really going to come down to trying to land the biggest burst into Evanescence, resetting whenever he got defenses, and then keep going back and forth. Unfortunately for Hockey, self-healing is very, very low for Monks. Does go for UA, maybe some dots. Is going to be full burst. Is going to be Evanescence trying to go for a big defensive here. UA is up and running. With Hockey trying to see if he can get himself maybe a bit of a reposition. Possibly, maybe. Big Fist of Fury flying in for him. Let's do it like back in the day with the rotation. Third team ready? Wait, do you actually have a full 13-5 ready? We can do that. Yeah, if you do have it, we'll just go. We'll do it like that. Evanescence dropping down Mortar Coil together with the Hans. Back-to-back balls. I mean, I don't know what Hockey can do in that situation. He's just absolutely rotting behind the pillar. There's no way UAs are going to be able to maintain him in cap on the pet, but I just don't know. There's nothing a monk can do in that situation. That is wild. Well done, well done. Alrighty, since we do have a third group, let's do some rotations then, yeah? We'll see. Let's do, I guess we should do Team Boris to give a, actually, I'll do a coin flip. I'll do a coin flip. Night, duel, I literally forgot how to title these for a moment. Coin flip. Okay, I'm gonna do a fresh coin flip. Alrighty, fresh coin flip. Fresh one. We'll flip it. Let's do a Boris. Actually, Boris and Rev. Let me know if you guys groups are ready. Rosie, group is all good. Just DM me on BNet real quick. Let's do Boris head, Ref tails, just because the warlocks. I mean, sometimes they get the tail end of a buff. Tails, so Rev, let me know if you're good. If for some reason Rev's team isn't available, we'll do Rosie real quick and Boris. But otherwise, yeah. Rev is gone. Oh no. Wait, Rev is gone. All right, Rosie. If Rev is actually gone, we'll just do Rosie and Boris, and we'll just figure it out, man. Well, we don't have rotation then. If Rev is done. Yeah. Rosie, yeah, do list and we'll send it. Later match. Everybody who on Team Rev, you can still play, or we're just gonna send you're done. Okay. So you guys are just gonna have to split that group and then join Team Rosie or Team Boris whenever they get spots. That's all we can do, man. Rosie and Boris 5. Let's do a hook point. Apparently I need a target. Rosie. I can't spell Rosie for some reason. What in the world? I have a +1 for them. Are you doing? Oh, yeah, Wur actually can take over, right? Wur can take over. Wait, okay, hold on a second. Wait, if Wur is taken over, or Rogue taken over, what if you guys had it listed somewhere? Oh no, list it up. Let me join. Let me do it. Let me join. You pass me lead. I'll take care of the rest. I'll take care of all of it. I'll take care of everything. I'll let you get a 5th yourself. And then we'll do that. And then we'll just do this. Because I had Rev on Team Tails, and that was this team right here. So I'll let Team Tails go first. I'll delist my group. I'm listed under Molten Core. Also, Rosie, just double checking. No Paladins rule is still in effect. I don't know if your team got Paladins or not. Jamaica versus Rosie while they fill. I mean, if they got a +1 easily, we'll get him real quick. Like, if it takes 2 seconds, we'll just do this real fast. 1, he's coming. Okay, let's start on the Molten Core. You're still ready? Yeah, hopefully you don't get any Palas, because we've done a no Pala run. And I want to be strict with the no Pala run. Strict no Pala run. But yeah, if you got a homie, I got a group listed right now. I'll give him like a minute. He's a major. Perfect. I'm just saying for your team too. I don't like the team to have Palas either. We decided no Pala today, so we're just gonna stick with it. And you know what? If we like the no Pala thing, we might just do the no Pala thing for maybe a couple of weeks. We'll see how it goes. Like, if you guys enjoy this kind of like no Paladin, no pink class duels, this could be a regular thing, at least for a number of weeks. Until they do some of the Palas, like nerf them or something. Crisps, get in here. Okay, I will do this team. Boris, your team is gonna have to hold for a moment. I'm gonna make her lead here. Oh. I am gonna stick to that rule of how I did the coin flip. Boris and Reverence. It isn't Boris. It is Rosie and I don't even know how to say your name, honestly. 1. And then from there, we'll do Boris versus Rosie, right? And we'll do rotations. So Boris, your team is on standby. Rosie, your team will be going this and the next match. I don't know why, but I like this song a lot. Could you feel 4 people's character fun and breeze? Yeah, I imagine we do it. Wait, what happened? Did we redo? Okay, everybody on Team Rosie and on Team Wur, you guys gotta bounce. I didn't hit leave Q on accident. All good. Just tell your team to leave. If everybody on your team leaves, it just ends the match and we'll redo it. We gotta redo it real quick, boys. So everybody over on the team Wur, Crisps, Big Hockey, Morgan, Pink Buns, bounce. Just leave the match. Leave the match. We'll have to get Rosie back in. A quick redo, boys. Quick redo it. Just bounce out of this. Bounce. I'll stay here until the match ends. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so now we can all bounce. Or it should automatically kick us, right? Or it doesn't? Okay, we have to leave ourselves. Okay, everybody leave. Everybody leave. It doesn't actually automatically end it, apparently. Not sure why. Team doing all the things. I hit leave. All good. All good. I appreciate you for even helping out with it, Rosie. I really do appreciate you with even helping out here, man. Don't you worry about it, guy. You're all good. You're all good. Okay, I'll give you guys like a second, and then I'll queue it again. We'll do the same map. Just double check to make sure that everybody is out. We're good? Okay, sending it. Hopefully Team War is also good. We'll still do a hook point. Because it's one of my favorite maps. I like the way it looks. I like the way it plays. I like the scenery. I like the environment. I like how kind of dark it is all the time. Is there like a daytime version of this map, or is it always like nighttime? Pretty sure, right? Which? Yeah, pretty sure. Got ourselves hockey over for the team too. I like this mod, man. It's a good rogue set, but I think it really fits monks really well. I think it's the green glowing eyes effect, and then a little bit of this like turquoise to it. I like it a ton. We got Crisps over here. I like the hat. We got Morgan here together with Pink as well as Wur. I like his fishing man attire. Fisherman attire looks so good in Morales. We got ourselves North Star as a fire mage, Rosie Cutie as a feral, Shadowfrost on the DK, Step on the Demon Hunter, and Sub C. I like. Wait, you actually got a bunch of pieces combined together, huh? You got like the Legion legs, a Legion different chest piece that's not part of the same, or is it part of the same set? I'm not even 100%. I don't know what those legs look like. Is that real? Hold on, are those Legion legs? Why do they look so different? I feel like they should match the top, right? With the chest piece, but I guess they don't. It's going to be Rosie. Open her up on the Morgan. Trinket for Trinket getting sent. Rosie try to maximize the blades. Immediate pressure onto Morgan. Trying to go for a wall together with that turtle. Adding additional damage is going to go for a proper turtle shell too. Unfortunately, he's in a really rough spot. I'm not sure what's going on. Are they slowed? Permanent slowed or walking? One of those two. I'm not really sure. Freaking Trap does connect. The pets looks like they don't break it. They're doing damage to his health bar, but the freaking trap does not break. He's like perma sucks walking, which is unfortunate. Is he in like a walk cycle animation thing or something? Yeah, he's straight up just in walking. Unless it's like a perma slow or something. I have no idea. I think that might have been what messing there for a second. Chris tried to see if he could go for a breath. Ring of Frost unfortunately doesn't connect, but it is going to be Rosie eating a G-Pie. Is G-Pie the play? Is that the go-to? It is going to give an opener, but apparently Rosie just absolutely absorbed it all with a bardic skin, and immediately is going to power shift behind the pillar as Chris is going to send a bit of damage, but not really committing too much. It's going to go for, is that a blink if not a shimmer? No, I think he is playing shimmer. Is going to go for a trinket. A bit of damage under Rosie. Nova's in for a second. Meteor coming down with a combust. Looks like the Meteor unfortunately doesn't connect. You're not a Phoenix build, so you have to be a, the Frostfire build. Is that even good? It's good enough to get you to Pyroblast, and though it's doing decent damage. Crisp is going to go for a block just to get himself a reset. Breath onto Rosie right after. Polly to follow. Got himself a bit of defense there. That immunity reset at least is going to give him that one ability to catch a quick redo. Polly in between of the power shift, and unfortunately power shift does deny the Polly. Got himself big shield, so that looks like the build he's playing for. Ring of Frost, that's going to be Rosie backing up out of it. Does go for Nova, but I feel like for Crisp right now, it's just going to be a crispy death. That's all he's got. Sitting down for food. Maybe it's enough. No, it's not even enough. The blades apparently are more than enough. Together with a cauterize. It's just so unfortunate. Even sit down for food, but it's just too much damage altogether. But where the Feral matchup, I don't think is one of the best for him. Technically, he can do really well against a Feral, especially with the burst department. But it's just the blades. If he gets bled up, the amount of survivability he has is very, very limited. He's just super, super unlucky in that regard. Where, though, is trying to see if he can get himself, unfortunately does not get the opener, is going to go for the human racial kidney shot. Very, very DR kidney, or a just no call point kidney. Pop an evasion, killing spree to follow. Using the mobility is going to be Cyclone. Unfortunately, does not go for Cloak of Shadows, but he does have a second killing spree in case he needs it. He does have a second one, so he's not completely out of options, not completely out of cooldowns. For some reason, I had walkout. All good, all good. Yeah, I saw you. I saw you waddling. I wasn't quite sure what was happening. But yeah, I'm sure that what messed you up, because Beastmaster Hunters normally would be sprinting around everywhere, kiting him out. Full bleeds into Whir. Blind to fall into Rosie. Rosie has a trinket and a bark stick, so he should be okay. Cloak of Shadows out for Whir. Does have himself a second draw rush, but Saka has a second killing spree. Kidney shot is going to be maybe a big killing spree, maybe enough damage. Rosie trying to go for bites. It looks like the bites doing the damage. With Hockey going to be up next, dude. The barrel bleeds and bites together are doing plenty, putting pressure on literally whoever he's fighting up against. You'd be able to see what Feral is stealth here. I think you would have seen like the spell effects around the corner. At least I'm sure of it. Trying to go see if he can pour on top of it. Human Rachel to break out of it. Trying to go for a kick onto Rosie. I don't know if Rosie gets any value off of that kick. Could have been for a Cyclone, I guess, if he really wanted to. But he's going to get himself a restun. Bites onto Hockey. Hockey with a Karma trying to turn the damage around. Full burst is available. Trying to get a slows into Rosie. I think he's going to have to spam those slows as much as possible. Handle Ring of Peace in order to try to keep the pressure on him. Trying to go for massive kicks. Rosie, back it up for a second. Do you have a stun? If Rosie has a stun, you could potentially make something happen. Bite just to go for a root is going to go for a clone with regrowth. Look at the regrowth healing. It's actually so much. Regrowth healing so good for Feral. The Baritone Monk in particular will Vivify heal for nothing. It looks like Hockey is completely out of options. He is spent, has Alexu coming up, but look at those Vivifies, 6%, 2%, the blades. The Vivify cannot fight through the blades, which is so unfortunate. Like, how does Regrowth heal that much, but the Vivify heals for nothing? I do wonder what is Blizzard's, like, thought process. Unless they maybe just don't really want walkers like Vivifying anybody, or themselves for that matter. And I'm pretty sure Hockey is also, he's not Conduit, so he's gotta be Shadow Pen. And they even have like a talent where Vivify on yourself is more effective. But like here, it does nothing, unfortunately. Is a Wild Stalker or a Claw? He's gotta be a Wild Stalker. I would be very, very surprised if any Druids in PvP Claw. Claw can be good for cleave, but you just don't really cleave people in PvP that much. So you gotta play around the bleeds. Because the dot damage spawns more dot damage, buffs your dot damage. It's just really, really good. Pink Buns is hanging out by the eye. It looks like he's just gonna sit and wait. He's gonna have to sit and wait out for Rosie. Also, Rosie has Heart of the Wild, but I wonder what version of Heart of the Wild to use. Depending on your form, like whether you're in Castle form or Bear form, it has a different effect. But Rosie is gonna be out in the open, giving the rogue an opportunity to get the opener. Sap and Pinky Buns could go for a setup. Is gonna go for an evasion together with a trinket. I think just going for damage. But instead gonna vanish. Wait a second. I think he might have bungled up his opener. Garrote, cheap shot. It is gonna be trinket out of Rosie. Full dots of Rin. Stun onto Pink. Pink does have a trinket. Blind to follow. Does he have a redot? He has another Kingsbane. He has a full Kingsbane actually. No evasion anymore. So maybe Cloak of Shadows. He just sees anything to live. But Rosie just continued to mass damage into him. Unfortunately though, does end up taking him out with 5 back to back. Well done. Glad Rosie got to play, but Team Rosie, you guys also get a chance to play, right? All right, Rosie and Boris, I think are going to be up next. Boris, let me know when you're good. Send it to you, Rosie. As soon as you guys are both good, we'll send it. And your team is on standby until next match. But you'll be able to play very, very soon. What's up, Boris? Did the group fall apart? Ready? We should be good, but I think Chicago does solo shuffle. How long does Chicago have on a solo shuffle? Bro, the rogue is a keyboard turn 100%. Is he actually? I think he just kind of got bungled up in the opener. It looks like a trinket popped before he got to go for a proper opener there. Stuff like that happens, honestly. What is he more with the lock? Same. But yeah, I could do... We can go against them. I won't play. That's all. We'll go getting in. Yeah, Boris, how long did Chicago solo shuffle? We're good, but I think Chicago did solo shuffle. Yeah, like if Chicago is gonna be in there for a second, then I'll do War versus Boris. I'm checking with Lightsword. How's the team doing? I'm asking him, but he's answering. If he is in a match right now, then he's probably like mid-game. We're refilled. Perfect. Chicago. Yeah, Tiger Speak. So Chicago is doing this thing. Okay, we'll do a Lightsword versus War versus Rosie again, and then Boris after versus Rosie. How did that sound? We'll need to do then. What map do we do? That one's yours. Yeah, well, Boris. No, Boris. Just chill. We're just gonna do a quick run. A quick, fast run. And then by the time we're done, Chicago should be out of there, so solo shuffle. So sit tight, duel each other, hang around. Talking like I played, I forgot about the duels. It's all good, Blade. It's all good, man. We got a no paladin lobby if you want to join. You're more than welcome to it. It's up to you. Find a variety of classes. There are still pharaohs. There are still rogues. You know what I mean? There's still other classes that are annoying for a warrior. But at least no paladins. Although we could totally go down the totem pole, just start knocking out any class that is the strongest until it's just warriors. All warrior 5v5 1v1. 10 man warrior match. Could be fantastic. Got a priest only, bro. That'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. They might as well be having a pillow fight. Shadow Priest only would actually maybe be kind of fun. Resend it? I could try it. That one sure is gonna work, so we could do Lordaeron maybe? Okay, it's bugging. Is somebody in LFG? Double check that you're not listed in LFG, by the way. Just double check you're not listed in LFG anywhere. Because I don't know if it's bugging there or not. Someone in LFG? Yeah, I'm checking. I delisted? Was delisted? Okay. Yeah, it was not Lordaeron then. We never played Blade's Edge, so I'm gonna do Blade's Edge. No worry, no worry. All good. Shuffle RBGs? I don't think a shuffle RBGs. Well, shuffle RBGs would bug it, but it just wouldn't really go through. It wouldn't go through in the first place. But we're good. We're good. And after this, Rosie, your team is still on standby because we'll send you guys versus Boris. And then we'll be Boris versus War. Then War back versus Rosie. Rosie versus Boris. And we'll just do like a rotation. So each team basically will get to fight like what, 2 matches at a time? And then they sit, then 2 matches, then sit. Making sure that it's always in your group, unless for some reason we lose a group. Look at that, dude. And hey, we got 3 groups. It's crazy. Compared to an EU yesterday, which took a while to form, and they just like snappy. Kind of weird, man. Super unusual, but I don't hate it. But I don't hate it. Did we just hear the song earlier? Okay, that'll work. This'll work. What do we got? We got ourselves still. Who's up first? North Star. Get a chance to play. Fire Mage. We got ourselves Rosie. We got Shadow Frost, Steppa, and Subsea. It is gonna be North Star first up. Also as a Fire Mage. I noticed that Fire Mages are pretty popular for solos. Getting quite a decent bit of play. Zenobia is gonna be first up as a Shadow Priest. I don't know how this is gonna go for you, Zenobia. I am hoping for the best. Wait. Are they switching? Maybe he's like, you know what? I don't want to fight a Shadow Priest. What if you guys want to fight him? You know, silence? I don't like a silence. I think I'll try to figure out who's going to be first. Looks like Subsea. They are switching out, and it's going to be a rogue. Hats off to you, Zenobia. Fighting off a rogue is not going to be easy. It isn't pretty. As a Shadow Priest in particular, it is definitely one of your toughest matchups. The amount of bursts they do, the lockdown, you got what, a trinket, disperse, and the amount of damage you do to rogue is decent, but like it's very, very limited to PI or full burst. Got himself void from tentacle slabs, got himself big rift, flying out, actually does get CC with one of those void eruptions onto Subsea. Zenobia got a decent bit of damage, is gonna go for him. Just prepare. No VE, unfortunately, so he is missing out on defensive potentially. Down some disperse in case he needs to. Still PIs in play. Try to go for whatever instant cast and tentacle slap. Subsea does go for a vanish. Trying to hold on to a Cloak of Shadows. I think it's probably going to have to be a trade between Cloak of Shadows and between Disperse, right? At some point, no trinket available. I think it might be Disperse here. It is Disperse. For Subsea, he's still holding on to a Shadow Blade, so he's still got himself a big hit. Zenobia is going to get a fear on you. There's just nothing you can do about it. Unfortunately, doesn't quite go for fear off the bat. Is going to go for a, what's it, the Tentacle Slap? Might have to find a way to use that Void Operation to reposition. The Subsea still has dots. No, he's actually clean. No, for Zenobia, it needs to pick up eyes. I don't know what's gonna happen because this is gonna be full blades. Fade in the opener, almost gonna fear up. Unfortunately, Subsea does go in for a kidney insta. Nothing he can do about it. Absolutely clobbers him. He's gonna go for a trinket. No, Ruder to follow for a second. Zenobia does not have a fear anymore. Does get himself a rift, but unfortunately, cloak shadows for the rogue. There's nothing you can do. I'll let you get heals. Tries to go for a heal. I don't know if you got any other kind of heals. I think it just lights. Shield last second, trying to cast, but Subsea, yeah, it's a matter of time. I love the fade. That fade was perfect. I don't know if you could fade fear because the fade does have like a short DR on it, or it like kind of stumps you a little. I think the rogue's opener with a cheap shot, kidney shot, literally just gives you more globals and fade into a fear. Unfortunately. Who's up next? Who's up next? The big ogre is yelling. These guys are looking at each other like, hey, which one of us is gonna be? Which one of us is it gonna be? Who wants to find a sub rogue? For Subsea, he did end up holding all his cooldowns for that Shadow Blaze though. That was really, really good. Which one of those guys actually would be a better matchup for a sub rogue? I actually think technically Crisp could do a lot. Technically Morgan could do a lot. Hockey technically could do a lot, but all those classes also are very susceptible to sub rogue burst. Just in general, but Morgan is going to be out. The rogue, I don't know if you see him. I don't know if he sees him. Flare down, Hunter's Mark, definitely catch him. Subsea, stunned up. For Morgan, the more damage you do in the opener, the better. Try to see if you get a set up. Binding shot is going to be massive. Slow down onto Subsea. It is going to reduce some of his damage as the Chimeric Poison is going to transition. I know, Rosie, that's my game. I'm so smeckle. How you doing, my guy? Wall out for Rosie. Oh, Morgan. I'm getting my names wrong here. Evasion up for Subsea. This is where Morgan needs to back up out. Still got a Hunter's Mark. As long as Subsea cannot clear it, you can't really catch a proper restealth. Is going to both jump off the side. The pets need to find a way around the ramp here as fast as possible. Cheap shot. Morgan doesn't beat your wrath. Pets are pumped up. They're doing decent bit of auto attack and damage. But unless you can just keep going and putting in the pressure, he is going to need to go for a big burst here. I don't know if he's got a wailing arrow. Turtle shell for a second. He needs something. Stun, binding shot, freezing, anything. He's got him pretty much there. He just needs a good hit. Just needs a big good hit. Setting out more pets. One good hit. He's like waiting and letting up freezing traps the entire time. Kidney, unfortunately, unless Morgan has some kind of like a big go there, it's just over. It is going to be Subsea catching advantage. And Squid's trying to get some damage. Flame shot does connect. Does get the rogue at least dotted even a little bit. I don't know if he's got any more AoE around the corner. Stabbed by the rogue trinket. Breath out for crisps. Subsea does have a trinket. I think it's trinket cloak, right? I don't think. Do you chance it? I was gonna say, like, do you chance it? I was wondering, like, wait, G-Pi, is that 15% of your health or 30? Looks like it's 30. Looks like it's a big number. Looks like it's a very, very big number. What in the world? I thought, like, maybe he's like, wait, 30%, he's fine. Trinket cloak, he's good to go. Apparently not. Watch out for step up. Shy function in DH. I mean, you say that when you got G-Pied. I'm assuming wrong class. Great player, different on not the main, not a main. Very possible, right? Very possible. Yeah, I actually was kind of surprised by the G-Pi. I thought it was 15%. I was like, wait, maybe he knows better than I do, because I don't see G-Pi like ever. But I guess it is 30%. Meteor coming down on Chris, but fortunately he's just locked out. He's gonna have himself a cauterize. Barely any health. It got him some movement. Whatever procs he's got with Shadow Frost. But unless you can sit down and get yourself food, he's got plenty of mobility to back himself out of there. But 8% health doesn't give you much to work with. And Death Indicator is gonna slow you to crawl. Blinks are available. Shields are up last second, but there's just not much you can do to live this, I don't think. One good hit, and Shadow Frost does end up taking him. With Hockey gonna be up next, dude. Big Hockey, big damage, big ready for this. Got him some full burst. Blind out for Shatter. That is a really good blind, actually. Because that is a lot of monks do big burst. Unfortunately, it is a monk. They got plenty of mobility. They literally do not care about slows or distance. They literally, I mean, no matter if it would be a range class at this point with how fast they can just blink over to you. Unless he's actually out of movement. Wait, he's actually out of rolls. Shadowfrost's able to slow down Hockey with the chain of eyes. Just consistent pressure. Got himself the rip inside. That could be huge. Shadowfrost unfortunately doesn't have like any health. Every death strike is going to be massive. He doesn't have a lot of health to work with Elective. I think it's over. I think it's over, yeah. At that point, there's not much. I think the Mage Dead should play Red Paladin instead. No. No Red Pally today, man. No red paladins today, Smeckle. It was a choice that the community made last week, and I'm like, you know what? Can we do a session on no paladin? And we are doing it. We are doing a no paladin sesh just to see how things go. Maybe you guys will like the no paladin. Be a red paladin like can? Be a red paladin bait like can? Yo. Yeah, hockey unfortunately does go down with Word. Last one left. We got Stepper, we got Rosie. We got all the boys out here, man. We got all the boys. North Star, what is that damage? Ultra is massive. Wait, did I misread Smeckle? Oh yeah, I did misread Smeckle. He said Step Up. For some reason, I thought the Rogue's name was Step Up. Rogue's name was not Step Up. Never mind. Never mind. I thought you was talking about the Rogue. I can't read apparently. Then again, I already kind of knew that. There's like a rule in Discord and in YouTube chat, or at least on streams, that Dal can't read. Turns out that rule still stands. Still stands. We're taking a decent bit of damage by the Fire Mage dude. North Star. Might be the North Star the team needs, man. The guiding point. Grapple. Oh, he grappled on top of him. I wish I had a Blade Flurry. They would have gotten them out, but I think it would have been immediate breath if that was the case. And then where it looks like he's picking up the eye. I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't have, because eventually the mage is going to come out of stealth, right? Gotta give himself some food. Grappled over, or Blade rushed right in. Ultra is available. Does have a big Phoenix into a Cloak of Shadows for War. Building up some damage. Is it going to be enough? It's going to be Ultra. North Star taking a decent bit of damage. Shields are gone. Where got himself a big coup de grace, so he's got potential damage. It's just he's not in a great spot. And the Kabuzz is not going to feel good at all. I don't know what you can do in that situation. No health whatsoever, but he does bring it back barely. Oh my god. What was that? You're at no health. 2%. Are you gonna die? Are you gonna die? Tell me, you guys have a mage on your team, right? I don't know if you can sit down for food. Is Steppa giving you a chance to get honor duels, man? You might as well sit down for food. If you have any. You guys should have a mage, right? Maybe? Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go. Dude, he's so close. I honestly couldn't tell who was gonna win. North Star was looking like he was gonna take it. Honestly. Alright, we're at least able to recover a little bit of health. We are at the 9-minute mark, 48%, 46, 47% dampening. So in the upper 40s of healing reduction. For Steppa, I think Steppa is actually a better class for this. Where it can definitely do a lot. You can definitely finesse a Demon Hunter. Rogues are really, really good at just locking down DHs, but for Steppa, he got a lot of healing. Even though dampening is a little higher, that healing should give him just enough survivability. And the explosive birds the Demon Hunters do, the combos they do, is very, very much on par with the Rogue. Very much on par. Does land the sap, so at least he gets a proper stun opener. Cheap shot, got himself a couple of procs here and there, building up some damage, got himself some distance. But for Steppa, he should be able to get himself a proper setup. Stun is going to be word with the human Rachel. Blind on the hunt. Drinking out for Steppa. It looks like the hunt never actually connected, which is super unfortunate. I don't know if Steppa's playing the Aldraki build, or wait, he's just dead, isn't he? Kidney shot? Hold on, that killing spree is massive damage. Steppa with a metamorphosis got himself one last chance for late, but unfortunately Word with a coup de grace, slicing and dicing right through him. That was a lot of damage by the Rogue in such a short window. It looks like Rosie is giving him a perfect opportunity, get all the heals. We're at least walking into this duel without a trinket, but he does have evasion, he does have Cloak of Shadows. And if he gets an opener into Rosie, that could be an opportunity for him to build up into something. He got a drone rush. I don't know if he's got a prep in order to get those cooldowns back. Steppa got destroyed. It was a lot of damage. Honestly, it was a lot of damage. I did say Rogue can probably take it down in like a full stun. It is going to be Word getting him with a bash. Rosie given an opportunity to go for a proper stun lock. Full damage bleeds are in. Evasion up for Word, who I think needs to just maximize damage. He got Cloak, which would help him with some of that nature damage from Rosie. Or just Cloak this. Banish it. He's going to try to see if he can land a kick. Next stun onto Word is going to be very, very deadly. Word's going to have to get a stun onto Rosie or a blind. Maybe blind. Oh, nope. He can't blind. That's all bleeds. That's all the dots. I don't know how Word lives this. Gouge, I think he might just be dead. I think he just go damage. I don't really know. There's just not much you can do. Use Feint to try to dampen some of that hits, but man, it's rough. Subsea picking up too. We're picking up too. Well done. Killer, how you doing, my guy? We can try to see if we can get you in if we got spots. Boris, is your team ready? Because now we should be doing Rosie versus Boris. Let me know, man. And Rosie also, let me know if you're good. Boris is good. As soon as Rosie gives me the go ahead, we'll send it. Put Shredder in on this? Yeah, if Shredder wants to join, man, more than welcome to. More than welcome to him. Alright, Rosie, hit me with it, man. Hit me with it. Is the team ready? Otherwise, if Rosie's team isn't ready, I guess we could also send Wur's team in. Send Wur in his team, potentially. Ready? Okay. We still got 5. Perfect. We're hang tight. Boris, Blade. We haven't done Dalaran sewers. Let's do that one. I like Blade's Edge. I feel like that map was a little odd for some of the casters, though. I can see why people don't like Blade's Edge. I like it personally, but I can see why people don't. Totally can see it. Alrighty, let's send another one, boys. We got ourselves switch. Got ourselves FOF, FOF is some fury. Is that the name? I kind of like it. Simple, clean. I might just call him FOF. Just, you know, because I have a hard time with names to begin with, and remembering to call him Fist of Fury would be a little hard. It's just a lot of syllables. We got Kenzie, we got ourselves Demoniac. I like the switch up he's doing for his monk. He's literally looking like a monk. He's like, hey guys, I'm also a monk. Totally. We got Chicago as well as Evanescence. I wonder who's gonna be first up. Match now, baby. I'm gonna match up now, baby. Yeah, go for it, man. Are you in, man? We're down 1. If you guys do want to join, hopefully we'll list the group up. If you do list up the group, list it under like Molten Core. That's usually where we list it. And then the homies can join up. No Star, wait, did you take fall damage? I swear, No Star just took fall damage. Evanescence is going to be able to go for a full set of dots. Mortal Cold, trick it out for Stepa. Try to see if you can set up something with the blur. Evanescence is going to go for a full set with the pets. And just going to go for the kite and run. Looking for a meld on that Haunt. He still can go for a Haunt. Locking him down with the root, does land the kick. Unfortunately, he does land the kick. Even though there was a reflect out for Evanescence, he still can go for a full set of dots. And it's just loading him up. Step-up might be in a bit of a weird spot. He needs to go for as much damage as possible. While meta is active, he can still do a ton of overall raw damage. But while meta is active, he needs just to cleave everything. The Warlock, the pets, everything. Because you can do a lot of healing. Charging back in. Look at that amount of healing he can get. Every time he does damage, he heals so much. It's actually massive. Actually massive. It's going to be Evanescence trying to see if he can get himself a pet CC. Trying to see if he can be very, very careful with our opener, though. Very careful with our opener. Stappa does go in. I-beam, but unfortunately, Mortal sent him in the other direction. And he's just running him out. Stappa, as long as he's got mobility, he can reconnect. Try to see if he can keep the pressure rolling in. Is he Eldraki or is he the Scarred build? I can't even tell. I think he is Scarred build, right? Oh no, he is Eldraki. He's getting random like meteors from the sky. Yeah, he is Eldraki, but the amount of damage he's taking right now is a lot. Needs another meta. Haunt is going to help out a little bit, but unfortunately, Evidence got just enough burst to break through whatever bit of health the man had. The Sub-C going to be up next. Unfortunately, Succubus is in a weird spot. It's not going to be able to get a proper CC unless angles are there. Evidence trying to be very careful. He knows the rogue can just go for a trinket and then step. He's going to load him up. Dude, look at the dot damage. Look at the dot damage. They're literally setting out meteors of the guy. He does go for Shadow Meld for a moment just to break aggro. Mortal Coil right after. Dude, look at the insta-cast. Look at the insta-cast. Gateway out for Evanescence. I don't know if he got another gateway. Might just be running. It's going to be vanished for the rogue port right after. I don't know if he gate with this. No, Succubus should be able to catch the rogue here. Dude, the rogue is just going to CC'd. Landing a stun onto Evanescence. Does go for a Warlock House with a Dark Pack. Cheap shot by Sub-C. Should be able to lock him down quick. AoE here. Helps out the Warlock relieve himself off some pressure. The rogue is back in there though. Does not let up. He'll try to go for a blind. The rogue is dotted with a Dark Glare. Is barely alive. Vanish or follow just to give him some more help to work with. Evanescence just needs a little bit more damage. Just a little bit more. Shadow Strike. Port right after him. Maybe just go for the Succubus CC. I think it is going to be a safe Succubus CC. He's going to be able to go in, load him up full of dots away. Haunt. Just insta-cast. Oh, it's over. It's so over. My God. It's so crazy just watching Affliction Warlock like just dance around a rogue like it's nothing. Is going to be a full stun. Evanescence does want to go for a gate, but unfortunately the Frost DK with a slowdown and the burst. My God, man, it is rough. It is a tough spot to be in. Demoniac goes in for a couple of dodges, gripped by the DK into a blind to follow into a full burst. Got himself the big size burst damage. Cloak of Shadows and evasion up for Demoniac to stab and shanking down Shatter, who's got himself Death Pack, but not a lot of health to work with. He's getting kind of low in health. So this is getting below 10%. Might just pop and does pop as soon as it dropped below 10%. All those dots overlapping. Just a popping like a balloon, man. Breath to follow by Northstar with the Ring of Frost. Unfortunately, Demoniac does break out of the Ring of Frost. Pop a smoke bomb, just a couple of dots, couple of poisons onto North. As long as you can just stay away from him, he's gonna be able to ultra after you. Unfortunately, he's gonna ultra. Try to wait for the ultra. Looks like he's just gonna wait for the ultra actually. But not completely. Shadowfrost got destroyed. He did really good though. He did really good burst. But yeah, I guess the rogue Death Knights do kind of fall over. Unfortunately, what is that? Sap! That is a block out for No Star off of that Sap. Banish up for Demoniac, does still have dots. Unfortunately, that Phoenix is behind the pillar. Is unable to really add in additional pressure. The Meteorites, however, do hone in onto Demoniac's location, adding much needed pressure. Demoniac trying to get himself a bit of a breather behind the pillar. That, what is it called? The Ignite still burning him down, keeping him warm over there. Unable to catch a resell for a moment. For Remote Star, he's in a decent spot, man. Still in a decent spot. He is a Blink, right? He does play Blink, not Shiver. I think so. Pretty sure. Demoniac cannot go for a kidney shot though. I mean, he could just for an extra internal bleeding dot, but that's really about all he gets out of it. That's all he would get. Does go for a Kingsbane kidney shot. It is an extra dot. Northstar does proc. That is going to be his counter rise, but he gets low health. Bleeds. Maybe they get him. Trying to see if he can take down the rogue, and he does collapse and hold the rogue last second. Oh my God, that was so good. He was like, you know what? I'm dead. I'm dead anyway. Let's just send everything at the rogue. And at that point, Boris was spent. Literally nothing left. With Fist of Fury gonna be up next. Try to go for a couple of wave fights. He's got his nunchucks ready. I kind of like the Orc Monk combo. Like it's, I think it's like, wait, no, it's not him. It's Chicago instead. Rosie getting zapped right now. Trick it out for Chicago. Doesn't trap Rosie. Rosie's getting absolutely trucked. May have to go for every defensive in the world. Cyclone is gonna stun him. It's gonna stun him. Grounding Totem stops it. Rosie with a trinket. Hold on a second. Rosie with a stun. Do you go for a Cyclone? No, you don't. Chicago got walled. Rosie might be in a rough spot here. And Chicago is on the chase, on the prowl. Boris get up for Rosie. Try to see if he can reverse damage on Chicago some way, somehow. Next time could be it. Chicago does go for a burrow, but unfortunately it's not enough. Rosie picked up a lot of damage there and tried to pick up a little bit of healing as well. Is Fist of Fury next? I thought it was Fist of Fury, honestly, but I think it might be him now. For Rosie, unfortunately, they don't have a trinket. So without a trinket, I mean, you're putting yourself in a rough spot. You basically have to go for an opener, but if Fist of Fury just trinkets in cap into Alexia full burst, I don't think there's much you can really do about it. Fist of Fury may just have to pick up eyes though. Did he pick up eyes? I think he did. He's searching for it. He finds it. He in caps the Alexia full burst, everything. Delaying the burst a little bit. Hold on. Karma right after. Nah, no. Nah, I gotta let you out of his sight like that. Well done. Well done. Alrighty, Light Sword, are you relisted or do you need my help? Because otherwise I'll join you and we'll try to see if we can get you guys a +1. Oh, he is listed. Oh, you need to tune. No paladins. If you guys do want to join, we do have a third team where needs 2 more, and if you guys do want to join in, more than welcome to it. We got 2 spots right now. We got 2 spots. Otherwise, Boris and Rosie, I guess I'll queue you guys up while Rose looking for a 2 more. We'll go with that for a time being. Well done, both teams. Well done, well done. Boards are ready. Rosie, let me know if you are good to go. And then we'll send it. Galanane server Thunderlord. It's actually much easier to kill it if you just sign up. If you find Molten Core, Just sign up, you'll be good. Literally, you do this. Open up Dungeons and Raids, pre-made group, Raids Legacy. Find the group, and then up here, just hit number 5 and enter. And then you'll find the group for 5V5 1V1 DUELS. That'll be the easiest way. Because you might do one faction, where might be the other. He might be able to invite you, or maybe not, depending on like what faction you are. But if you sign up, it crosses the faction boundaries, and then you're in, and you're good to go. You sign up, he takes you in, you play, GG, you know what I mean? Try to see if it works. There we go. I was thinking maybe it was another LFG situation and would have to re-queue. I feel like I keep getting this arena quite a decent bit. That and the Shadowlands one for my solos. I don't hate it. Also Toveron, I get that a lot too. The Grand I'd still say is my favorite. I do wish it gave me more. I can't do hook point at all, can it? Yeah, hook point is a little weird, I guess, for solo. Don't solo shuffle arenas rotate, like which arenas are available for like the week? I wish there was like public information somewhere, like when you go to solo shuffle, it just tells you what arenas are in rotation. Or something along those lines. I think I saved that one. Okay. Send it. Which? Got ourselves. Okay. We went on a bit of a travel. Hi, how you guys doing? We got North Star, we got Asus Rosie, we got Shatter ready to go, Stepa, as well as Sub, but it looks like Sub may not be first. It is going to be Shatter running out immediately. It's going to be versus, what is it, Chicago? No, it's not Chicago. It is going to be Kinsley. As are you enhanced? You are enhanced. I was for some reason I got confused with your weapons. What is that enchant on your weapons actually? What is that? It's like a pulsating yellow glow blinking all over the place. It's going to be Storm drop down with a totem. Kinsley with a wall, taking huge hits with a scythe, but is able to survive massive burst damage onto Shatter out of left field. I don't even know what he's hitting him with, but he's absolutely just chucking out the health bar. Not giving him much to work with. That totem, you gotta kind of see if you can move it or keep the Death Knight in the totem for that flame strike damage, because that thing does decent bit overall. Kinsley does continue to lava lash him down, trying to see if he can maybe waddle out there for a second. Keeping the pressure as best as possible, leaping in on that raptor form, and Shatter is at least able to get a little bit of health back, and there's going to be a big old lightning bolt flying in. Kinsley recovered health fully, but Shatter not in a great spot. That is going to be stun totem, unless he can eliminate it. Doesn't quite catch it. Trinket to follow. And he's barely keeping himself alive. He got some runic power. He can go for heals. Death pack, so he's not going to be able to heal, but at least he's got health to work with. Silence, big turnaround versus Kinsley. Oh my god. Shatter project kept the pressure rolling. That silence was amazing. Well done. Oh my goodness, that was so good. That was so good. Unfortunately, unless Demoniac gives Shatter a chance here, it's just gonna go down without a fight. This ain't right. This ain't right. These rogues, man. No honor among these guys. That means No Star doesn't need to give him any honor either, does he? He's even got like what, season 2, if not season 1 Gladiator mount too. With the bat. Decent mount. Decent mount. Try to see if you can drop down meteors. Dude, what is these? He got so many meteorites dropping down on Demoniac. Literally the entire galaxy's falling on his dome. And Demoniac, I think, is just dead. Barely alive. I don't know if Phoenix gets one more hit. He does go for the Cubby strat. Try to see if he can hide. Unfortunately, you are kind of big. You can literally see your shoulder poking, but he doesn't hit your hitbox, unfortunately. Even though Taurens are big, technically the hitboxes are a little bit bigger. You can actually see the hitbox below them. It's like slightly larger, but not by much. Is it? I think it is it? I know it used to be. Maybe not anymore. Actually, I don't think it is. I think it is the same size. It's just a big stature, but the hitbox is still hiding behind the pillar. Which is unfortunate. No Star barely has any health to work with. Oh, it's a block. Demonic does poke out the smoke bomb for a second. I don't know if No Star can follow up. He does have Cauterize in this just to give himself a DR. Fraternized by the rogue. It looks like the mage just bailed. It was like, you know what? It's over. It's over. Unfortunately. Ready? Perfect. Light sword is in. Let me know. Hey, had one in LOG, but I'll let you know. Perfect. Lightsword, you are on standby, and Boris, your team is going to be playing versus Lightsword after this. Rosie is going to have to find a way to fight through his two comrades in his team. Garode. He's going to get the most amount of bleeds in with a Kingsbane right after. Rosie's taking huge hits as evasion's out for the rogue, so Rosie can't even really stun him or anything. Just forced to take the full brunt of that damage. Try to go for a cast. Is maybe going to be a clone. Try to go for a clone. Is going to be a clone. Can't really stop it, unfortunately. But Rosie landing a stun trinket immediately for Demonic. Does not waste any time. Kidney shot right after Rosie, who also goes for a trinket. Demonic try to see if he can run out and just keep the dots rolling. He may just have to, yeah, he might just have to go in for like Envenoms. Whatever Envenoms you got is whatever Envenoms you got. Does get a knockdown with some throws onto Rosie. Looking to catch up a reset. Actually, Demoniac caught himself just a little bit until advantage is available. So as long as Rosie's dotted and is not in stealth, he'll be good. Sitting down, I think he's got himself maybe food. Broken Shadows does catch a sap on him. Holy, hold on a second. Demonic is not out of the fight. He does come out of stealth for a second. Garode, kidney shot to Rosie. Does have a Kingsbane and a Death Mark. Hold on a second. King, Death Mark, cheap shot. You can Kingsbane if you wanted to. He could Kingsbane. I don't know if he really wants to. He might just have to. Kingsbane and Baby Venom just try to see if he can stay away from Rosie. Rosie has plenty of defenses. Just try to see if he can run away from Feral, denying the dots, letting his own bleeds rot him. Blind to follow. Demonic is going to have to wait until the next kid is shot. I think you just got to do everything you can to keep Rosie in combat, though. Throw poisons at him. He's going to step on him. Sap to follow. Oh my god, this rogue literally just walked in his shadow for just a second. Can the shot run after with the Kingsman to follow? Is going to get the dots in. Try to see if he can run it out. Wall out for Rosie. Looking to close the distance, but he just cannot. Stabbed by Demonic before a stun comes through. Leap by Rosie. Bash finally connects. Does Demoniac have any more tricks up his sleeve? Because so far he's been doing wonderful. Unfortunately, Rosie, just pure brute force is just going to be more than enough. Is going to be Fist of Fury flying in. 5 together with Rosie. Does land himself a restun stun. Looks like a root. Yeah, and right around the corner. I don't know if he's got himself a Tiger's Lust. Looks like that has been used already. Rosie catching a bit of healing. In capped out in the open. Barskin is available. We'll have to send it immediately, I think. Barskin is just trying to see if he can live in Karma. Foff is not giving him a chance. He's not foffing around here. Clone. Oh my god, that was so good. Clutch clone. But you can clone him again. I don't think you want to, though. It's too much damage taken. In cap or incarn. Ah. Foff does go for a trinket with a big kick, knocking the man's head off. That is tough. That is tough. As a feral druid, I think you lived really, really well. Chi! Yo, hold on a second. I almost got caught. I was thinking that Mr. Chi or whatever it was gonna do it. The sleep. It's so slow moving though. I didn't realize it was gonna be like so sluggish in movement. Got himself crackling Jade Lightning to keep with the rogue in combat at least for just a second longer. But for Foff right now, no trinket is a rough spot. No karma either is gonna put him in a difficult situation. Only thing he's got is he got CC, he's got burst. He also even got Fort Brew. He's gonna have to send Fort Brew immediately, I think. First global Fort Brew into a port, trying to see if he can get out of there. Another port. Into an incap for a second. Leg sweep. Sub-C may have to trinket this. It's a lot of damage out of the monk. Just trying to see if he can go for more damage. Got himself all those fists flying left and right. Sub-C's back in there. It might just have to be a brawl right now. Just a fisticuffs. With Foff trying to see if he can give himself a bit of a breather. Into a miss. Unfortunately, that he just sits in it. He knows the rogue is going to walk in and get him to slap, but yeah, it's so rough. It's so rough. Maybe he went into the room and missed it outwards. Disarm on the rogue. Maybe you can get a karma. You may have to karma here. Karma's this, so the rogue can't even go for an opener. Rogue is fighting through the karma. Isn't going to be enough. The Foff maybe can do something. Fist of Fury with that karma damage. Vanish for the rogue. Could close this karma if you wanted to. Foff is still in play. Got him to a port. In cap. No shot to take it. No shot to take it. Trying to see if he can take the rogue. Cheap shot last second. Do you have enough touch of death? It brings it back with a touch of death and a little dance. With a charge from downtown. Foff is going to get hit that way. With Steppa just needs a bit of a setup. Got himself the big glaive. Into an I-beam. Got himself big blade dancer follow too, right? That should do a lot of damage. Charges him. Try to see if he can get himself a little setup. Blade dance 1. Blade dance 2. Meta. He left a little far for the glaives. Yeah, gonna be more than enough. More than enough. With that Evanescence, gonna be last one left over for the team 2. That's where we're gonna be Steppa trying to see if he can step out of there. I'm actually surprised the Succubus caught him. You were mid-air and they did a little charge, but it looked like it was still mid-air. I thought that would give you pure immunity to CC, but apparently not. Evan got some dots with a Dark Glare, just gonna let him melt. Are you that confident? He's just that confident, dude. He's just that confident. Wall, just loading him up with that step unless he gets CC. The step can technically heal. Even at 8-minute mark, it's just a lot of burst though. Just a lot of burst. Technically, he could heal there. Demon Hunters can heal at a pretty higher dampening. Because they do a lot of healing. Boris and Were, let me know if you guys are good. Because Lightsword, you did say Were. I keep calling you Lightsword sometimes. I keep calling you Were other times. But you know what I mean though, right? I'm talking about you, my friend. Let me know if you're good. Just double checking with the team. Boris, ready. Double checking with Were if you're good. You did say we're ready. I just want to make sure you do have 5 and they didn't like somebody didn't fall out last minute. Aye, nice. We're ready. Beautiful. And Rosie, your team is on standby, but you'll play next match. Perfect. Beautiful. It's gonna be Rosie and Lightsword after that. Ready? Rosie and Lightsword after this. Rosie and Were. I did ruin the Lordaeron again. Wait, did it queue? I did the right teams. I just did the wrong arena. Looks like we requeue. Requeue. I'm good with it. Yeah, perfect. Because it's going to be a different map anyway. Killa, did you get in the group? Hope you did. Oh, there you are, Gilline. There you are, friend. Have fun. Enjoy yourself. No PvP devs. Oh my god. You're back, baby. You're back, baby. Oh my god. It's the boy. Don't mind me. Looks like Where's 5th is hopefully still loading in. Yeah, here we go. Chris is in. Okay. Nice. Hell yeah. Have fun, man. Have fun. Switch. We got ourselves Shinobi as a shadow priest. I do feel bad for my priesty boys. No PvP devs, only chat GPT. Oh, this guy? Yeah. I like the set you got going on, by the way. I like it. That's a good set, honestly. We got Chris over here. What was the order? We usually do a /roll to find the order. Yeah. I like the Mog. Wait, I like that shoulder. I like how they desynced. I also like the weapon. Wait, weapon matches that helm and the shoulders so well. Like the color scheme, it has a bit of red. It's a little bit like low pixel density, but it's okay. It looks like it's gonna be one of the shamans is just already there, dude. Kinsley's out here giving the teams a side eye. He's like, yo, which one of you coming out first? On that team, we also got Evanescence. We got ourselves Fist of Fury with Demoniac over here as a Monkus, looking like a Monkus, and Chicago. It looks like Shadow Priest is gonna be first up, versus an enhancement shaman. Wish I had a Cloud Song Glaive instead of my Grey Polearm. Yeah, it's a good looking polearm though. Either way, it looks great. Gotta be full burst out for Kinsley. Lust, together with Doom and Zenobia, just trying to live this damage. Is gonna be a root, and they're just gonna go for a disperse immediately because it is full cooldowns out of Kinsley. So now would be a good time to do it. Try to see if he can get himself that a little bit of that burst. Last second interrupt by Kinsley. We will have to move the. I feel like they gotta do something about the totem. I feel like in PvP it's just in a weird place where it's like you gotta constantly move when people are not setting a totem. Like a lot of the damage is kind of out of the window, isn't it? Interrupt onto Zenobia does get himself at least a bit of a rift, semblance of a rift. We'll need to add in additional damage. Whatever Devouring Plagues, but it's not Devouring Plagues anymore. You can send the better, but I don't know if Zenobia has got any health fear last second, but unfortunately Kinsley I think already pre-placed a Tremor Totem just in case and is able to do plenty of damage. There just isn't much a Shadow Priest can do, man. As much as I want Shadow Priest to do well, there just isn't much they can really do in 1v1. Curdy is a Shadow Priest monster, but even he is not, he's struggling a little. And he's doing really well. I just don't understand why Blizzard decided to remove a stun from Shadow Priest. What a good ability. Never realized how good it was until it's gone. Big damage onto Kinsley right now, actually, though. Hold on a second. And we're even taking the time to take down the totem, making sure there's no stunts come out. Kinsley might be in a weird spot. Got himself a bit of lust. I don't know if he's got healing. This one for a second. He technically generate Maelstrom without it. But unfortunately, the rogue does build up enough damage for a big coup de grace, taking him out. With Pop gonna be up next. Trying to see if he can land himself an angle. And there's gonna be some spins onto Were, who does have a trinket. Technical Were could die without even the stun, actually. Oh my god, the damage! It's shrinking and trying to see if it can waddle, but before he can even react, Pop I think just got himself like a big proc and like the wind kick from afar. Just absolutely knocked the wind out of the rogue. That is so much. Yeah, that is what happened, right? Because it felt like he was far away and then the rogue just died. It just gave him the stare, the look. It is going to be a big burst out for Dalaran, immediately popping off. Got himself a charge in. We'll need to go for a big boost stick. Except for this might be rough. Main unit defensive, and 5 just turning around. That was a lot of damage on survival. He was popping off, absolutely tearing him apart. And then just out of left field, 5 just did the damage. Monk burst is still kind of terrifying, is it not? Kind of scary. Wait, crisps? I was thinking he was gonna go for G-Pipe. Instead, he's a Frostfire Bolt on him. Does Frostfire Bolt do damage? I mean, it probably does some damage, but like I just don't really ever see mages hard cast that ever. It's super unusual. 5 able to avoid him completely, just using maneuverability to get around with his Monk Forge. And it's gonna be G-Pipe. Is it rooted? It is rooted. Incap came out last second. This is gonna be tricky for Chris, man. Just dropping a dome on the man's head. I thought I had him. You did almost have him. You really, really did. It's just the karma when it came out. I think that's where you turtle, wait, and then go back with the wind stick. And I don't think there's much you can do about it. Evanescence, I like the mock switch up, by the way. That thing looks sick. I like the pajama pants again going on with that too. I like it a lot. Chris is trying to see if he can get away from the pet as best as possible. Evanescence got himself plenty of that dot damage. We'll just need to set it up. Against the mage, however, he's going to end up CCing that pet. And he's going to G-Pie. Wait, was it G-Pie? Is G-Pie the pet? He's actually going to G-Pie. I think that's not a bad move, actually. Not a terrible move, because eventually that pet is going to die. It's going to be Chris getting out of that CC with the undead racial. And rooting the pet protocol, however, is going to connect. Evanescence trying to see if he can get some damage going. Interrupted. It's going to be Meteor slamming down, but unfortunately doesn't quite connect all the way through. But Chris get himself a bit of that shielding. You got to be very, very careful with the dots. It's going to be a pet switch up, actually. No more Succubus, but it's going to be an interrupt pet instead. Versus Chris may not be that bad of a pet. I feel like Succubus CCs can definitely do really, really well there. By the way, Killer, you got to keep playing a bunch of games, so you're more than welcome to keep sticking around. Your team will go again. Chris just going to burst it on. I think he's just going to have to go for a combust off of this cauterizer. That's all he can do. Ring of Frost and just go in. He just has to charge in there. I don't think there's anything he can do. Unless he's going to try to see if he can live. He's still rotting a little bit. He's dotting. And this is at 9% health, 8%, 7%. Did he stabilize? Okay, he stabilized a little bit, but he's not out of the woods. Try to see if he can drop the meteor into a Nova, but unfortunately that Nova doesn't stop. He's back down low health. 8%, 7%, 5%, 4%, 2%. Oh my god, there's nothing you can do. Just dotted and rotted. That's going to be immediate slow into no PvP devs, as is going to be a lead by the warrior. You're right, I could have turtled, but I got him GG. All good, man. All good. It was a tough fight. Monk Burst is also kind of sneaks up on people a lot. Wall out for Evanescence, and that's going to be no PvP devs. Got himself Reflect, got himself Parry. Just try to see if he can find it. Evanescence just try to see if he can truck damage into the warrior. The warrior cannot go anywhere. He's trying to see if he can fight through it, but Evanescence ignored it. What is this? What is going on? Warrior went in, did what he could, and Evanescence is just like, you know what? I'm just going to stand still and melt you. Look in the face of fear and laugh. Like, what in the world? The Monk and the Affliction Warlock are both just absolutely terrifying, man. Just absolutely horrifying. Alrighty, let me know if your team is good. Light Sword, let me know if your team is good. And Boris, let me know. Rosie, I tell you ready. Yep. Boris, let me know when you're good, because your team is up. Light Sword. Wait, was it Light Sword and Boris just now? It wasn't Light Sword and Boris, right? No, wait, yes, it was. Rosie versus Light Sword. Might be. Rosie. Okay, I looked at my macro because it said last 2 teams that played. Because I write him out, but like BNet name, whoever's the lead of the arena names. It is Rosie. Might be. What is open? Okay, I'll give you a second, Rosie. I'll still queue you versus her, but I'll give you a minute. We'll do whatever we do. Tiger Speak, I guess. We haven't done Tiger Speak today so far. I guess. Dude, I've been enjoying this NA duels. Chat, how you guys liking the no palette duels, man? How you guys liking those? How you guys liking those right now? You feeling it? You enjoying it? How are you feeling about no Paladinos? I feel bad for my Paladino homies because they just can't play. But everybody else, it feels like everybody else gets a chance to play. How are you feeling these? Because if you like it, we'll just make it a thing. No Pal is a great W rule. I mean, I'm sure Warlocks are enjoying it, but I'm wondering more about everybody else, man. Enjoying but hating how shit my classes? Bro, they really need to do some with Warriors. I agree with you, Blade. Tank, I agree with you, bro. I agree with you. Absolutely hard agree. What the Blizzard has done to Warrior for 1v1 is, come on, dude. Literally everybody has a heal, everybody has survivability. Rogues can run around and just get away with some of the nuttiest things in the world. Give Warriors something functional, man. I don't want them to be like unbreakable heal gods, but like, bro, you gotta do something, man. You gotta do something. Like, there's gotta be CC, there's gotta be like burst damage, there's gotta be something they can do, because Warriors right now, and even like solos, right? Whenever I run into Warriors on my team or on the other team, I don't really worry about the Warrior. They feel like they're kind of the Cataclysm version of Warriors, where they just exist, they do damage, but they're not like super scary or terrifying. They're not even like BFA Warriors who are just utility fiesta. Or was it BFA or Shadowlands? Shadowlands where they just damage bots, they just crank. I just don't understand, man. I just don't get it. Let's reach. Make ShadowPowerPC great again? That too. That too. Arena in an arena. I like that actually. What an odd mod combination you got going on. Outlaw too. We got us as Philly. We got us as Rosie, Shatter, and Steph are gonna be stepping up to the. Okay, I gotta stop doing that. I gotta stop doing like a cheesy joke based on his name. Stepper about to step up to the plate. I'm gonna shut up. Can we build up my burst fast enough? Yeah, Warriors, like, I don't understand it, dude. I don't understand it. The Blizzard gotta do something about it. Stepper should have a sight though. It looks like he used it maybe a little early. Is gonna go for the Sigil of Misery. Catches the CC. Took a lot of damage in the opener. The hold on Gillinane to actually pop it off with burst off the get-go is gonna be the hunt. Ivium right after Turtle Shell to follow just to give him some defensive. And Steppa does some meta, does some real meta too. Actually can get a lot of healing off of the pet. There goes the real meta. Is able to actually avoid a hunt or a root right now with the harpoon. Locking down Gillinane. I messed up your name. Mad burst on a DH unless Gillinane got something. Gillinane? I'm gonna go with Gillinane. Are you dead? Are you dead? Are you dead? He's dead. Unfortunate. You did a wall. I don't know if that's a UI bug. It might be a UI bug. I don't know if you did use walls. I'm assuming you would have. But you had him in the opener at least. Not gonna lie. This is a gorgeous mount, by the way. The fact that you trucked out and you got that gorgeous mount, that thing is beautiful. Try to see if he can get himself a charge versus Steppa does go for a stun. Man's flying up in the air. That's going to be Lance as PvP finally went in for damage. Avatar and immediately has to go behind the pillar. Try to see if he can catch him into a full spear down. Try to go for demolish, but a prison on demolish. Oh, come on. Does go for a disarm versus the hunt. Hunt connects, but at least Demon Hunter flipping back to catch his weapons again. Parry up right now for no PvP devs as he's charging in. Try to see if he can keep the pressure. Are you playing a bleed build, by the way? Because they did make Colossus bleed thing a little bit stronger. And they took that demolish damage just a little bit. That demolish into mortal strike apparently was too strong of a combo. God forbid Warriors could do damage. Yeah? It's going to be charged up, step up, fear down. For no PvP devs, at least an opportunity for him to chip away some damage onto step up, but back it up out of there. I think he's going to wait until second wind maybe brings it back in. Does reflect for a moment into a full I-beam right after for Steppa. He does get hit with a shockwave into a demolish, into an imprison, breaking out of the prison. This is going to be Steppa charging back in. Next one could be very, very deadly for either one of the two. Steppa needs a metamorphosis to live into a stun. Is it going to be enough? It is not enough to kill. Disarmed Demon Hunter doesn't have a backflip anymore. He can't virtual retreat to get his weapons back. And it looks like the Warrior does finally get to take him down. Chopping at him little by little. Philly up next. Try to see if he can get himself a big setup. Wait, is it just die in this lasso? Not yet. Not yet, but for PvP dev, oh, rally cry just to keep himself barely alive. Try to keep himself moving. He's gonna actually get some kind of a slow into Philly. Yeah, unless you got a heal here, I think it's over. Ooh, reflected lightning bolt, chain lightning or something. Yeah, that's rough. Not much you can do when you're that low health, unfortunately. Is it because I'm lacking enough haste? The survival hunters need haste? I think they just go mastery burst, right? No, I don't think haste. I don't know, actually. You tell me. I'm not gonna pretend like I'm a survival hunter main. Maybe there's some value to it. Philly getting beamed even though he's on the ground. I thought the beam wouldn't reach him. Apparently does though. Apparently channel ability still would. Crispy does get hit with a root. Big zaps out. Oh my god, Philly just unleashing everything all at once. The burst procs, the wind fury damage. Looks like he's a Tempest Shaman. Unless he's a Stormkeeper. Oh no. I guess that is the same thing, right? Tempest is the ability. Stormkeeper is the hero spec. Is he a totem or is he Storm? I can't even tell. Zap and lasso. It would have just killed him. But does get himself another block. For Crisp right now, he does get, I mean, at least a little bit of damage with that orb. But interrupt. Philly does get himself maybe damage. He's going to get stunned up. Hold on a second. Oh, the primordial storm through the stun. Well done. Once you start the animation for the storm, it doesn't stop. It just keeps going. Survive his master right now. Makes sense because it's like a raw damage increase as long as you and your pet are nearby. It's like damage increase and doubles when your pet is near you. Within like a certain yard range is going to be a hacks onto where just try to see if you can catch him some heals. Philly took a lot of damage from a distance though. Those pistol shots and the crits they do are kind of massive. You can do a lot of range damage as a rogue. Philly does give him some big burst, massive burst onto word. Does go for an evasion. I don't know if Philly can do anything to keep himself alive. He can still use Maelstrom and heal himself. He still does decent damage to Whir here and there. Unfortunately, no totems for him. And Whir is going to just slice right through him with the Death Knight. Gripping him in with a blind at the same time. Or did I grip, grapple, and then blind? I'm not even sure, but the rogue is going to be able to get out of there. Got himself a first aid for a catch-up. For just a breather. And should be able to get himself at least a little bit of health here. Shadowfrost trying to see if he can swing around the corner. Chain of Ice locking the rogue down. For Whir, he's going to need to use everything here to live. Trinket. I don't know if he got... Oh! That was a lot of damage. Is going to be immediate grip on the Zenobia while the Death Knight still has pressure. Is going to be Fury into an immediate root. Zenobia trying not to get interrupted. There is a juke kick. Void Form is available. I don't even know if the Void Form will be able to do much. He's able to get some horror effects on the Shatter. But that's really about all he can do at the moment. He does have a rift. He does have some pets flying in. He also has the disperse in case he needs it. I don't know if he'll be able to get the most damage here. As long as he doesn't get interrupted on the Shadow, he'll be fine. You just got to be very, very careful with the kicks. Very extremely careful with kicks. And Zenobia right now, I mean, he's just in a rough spot, blind to follow him. As there's going to be a trinket right after with some more burst. There's going to be Zenobia. I mean, what can a Shadow Priest do in this situation? Nothing, unfortunately. Yeah, that is tough. Philly picking up 2. Well done. Shadowfrost also picked up 2. Let's go. Right now, I think it should be Rosie versus Boris, correct? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. Was it Boris versus Whir? Or yeah, Rose. It was Boris versus Whir. Then yes, Rosie should be up next versus Boris. Should be up next. Buff Outlaw. Yeah, they did buff him a couple of times, man. They buffed him a couple of times so far. I do think Outlaw's sustained damage right now is very, very good. They did get it really high. It's really, really high. Really high. I kind of also like how I don't need a Adrenaline Rush to burst, but it still is burst. Rosie, Boris, let's do another Nagrand. Bring it back to where it began. Nagrand Arena. I'm pretty sure Nagrand Arena wasn't even our like most played arena back in the day. I'm pretty sure it was Mugambala. We used to let arenas just kind of automatically cycle. Because it is like on an auto rotation or random. And will give us Mugambala a lot. Professor Shaman, make it meta so I can laugh. Who is meta right now? Is it Druid? Look at the broader thing. It is Druid. Shaman is not far behind though. If they make rest of Druid less good, then people will play Peril or Boomy. But like you can play with Boomkins though. Probably not Guardians. And if they make Guardian good, I feel like it would say more Shaman. Make Guardian good. on par with Monk, and you'll see rest of Shamans easily because you need the Druid buff. You need Druid buff and Druid utility. Make Guardian good and you'll see it. Guaranteed. Almost guaranteed. I'm like 80% positive. 70, 78. That's good enough, right? Is it going to be Evanescence first up? It is going to be an Evanescence. They got the big hits off the bat. And it's going to be a Rogue with Arena. Finally getting a chance to play as an Outlaw Rogue. He got himself, I like his little enchants he's got on his weapons. Looking very, very colorful. Evanescence, unfortunately, where's his pet? No, the pet does catch his Rogue. I was thinking for a second, like he's going to get him at some point. It's going to be a Haunt. Dots are in. Arena's going to have to be very, very careful here. Grappling in. Mortal Coil, unfortunately, is going to run him in the other direction. He has Cloak. He has defenses. He has stuff to work with. Is going to go for a Cloak of Shadows here. Going to be a big movement out for Evanescence. Does he go for another Gateway? He could. He's getting slowed down a ton, by the way. He is slowed down to a crawl. Kitty Shot finally connects. Is going to be a Trinket. He's got himself a decent bit of damage. And Evanescence, or rather Arena, if he's playing with Prep, you should be able to get a lot of burst out of him. Ton of burst, in fact. Look at the damage. Hold on a second. The Rogue and the Warlock actually pumping burst into each other. Vanish is available, but unfortunately the Rogue does go down. The burst of Evanescence was a little bit on the higher end compared to an Outlaw. A little bit on the higher end. But Philly going to be charging in. It's going to go for the big tremors. But the Succubus is going to catch him. Evanescence actually taking the second to heal. That Rogue did put in quite a bit of damage. Lead by Philly. Gateway. He doesn't have a Gateway anymore. He might be able to port with a Warlock portal, but he can't Gateway anymore. Lasso, but does go for a Mortal Coil to stop it. That is such a good Lasso. But it's such a good Mortal Coil too. Massive burst out of Philly. That Primordial Storm does a ton, especially with Demons and Bloodlust. It's just so much raw damage together. Evanescence just trying to see if he can outrun him. Letting the Succubus pet keep a perma slow in the guy. Pet is going to be slowed, and Evanescence is going to try to see if he can swing around there. Is going to get rooted as well. Drain life and off of that Earth Elemental. Getting a little bit of health, but it looks like Warlock self-healing outside of Warlock Healthstone is fairly low right now. They did buff it. They did try to make it better, but it's not like amazing or anything. The burst comes through. Evanescence with a Succubus CC gives an opportunity to set up a go. Philly does burrow down. I don't know if Evanescence got mobility or not. AoE Fear, as soon as Philly closes the gap, breaks out of it. There goes big Primordial Storm. Evanescence might be in a bit of a rough spot. Mortal Coil, picking up maybe a bit of health. He could go for Warlock Healthstone. Lasso is going to lock him down, but a Succubus maybe catches you? No, a big Tempest. It's going to be Evanescence picking up a huge heal. Philly with that wall needs a massive heal. Needs to either maybe hit the Succubus. He gets big Tempest. Big Tempest are huge. He's getting himself huge value. Just needs more healing. Just needs more healing. Bloodlust, everything available isn't going to be enough. He needed one more Primordial Storm. I think Primordial Storm would have helped him do it, sealed the deal. Astepa is going to try to see if he could swing around the corner. Full Dark Lair is in play. He tried to go what looks like for a hunt, but I don't think he went off. I hope he didn't went off. Go off, I guess. I hope he didn't go off. Tried to go for another one. Evanescence just going for line of sight. That raw damage pressure, really you can start to feel it. We haven't said Affliction Warlocks, but look how much just dot damage he's doing. Stepa, unfortunately though, he is a Demon Hunter, so he can actually heal a decent bit just for mobility. And with his Mortal, he canceled the Hunt for the Mortal Coil. That is probably the most pro play I've seen. Unfortunately, the burst damage, nothing you could do at that point. I think the meta was fine. Maybe the only thing you can do is meta and start hitting the Succubus to heal. That's about all he can do. But him canceling the Hunt or Mortal Coil, not a bad move. Because otherwise he would have lost it, right? Otherwise he would have lost that potential damage. But unfortunately, he did go down. Trinket out for Evanescence, does get himself a shield. And that's going to be a massive Gateway. Silence! Oh my god! No help whatsoever. Might just have to go for another one. More melded for a moment. Reflect for a second. I don't know if he can go for another port. Yeah, unfortunately, Shatterfrost just has so much damage. And Kisley is going to be charging out. It's going to come down to Rosie and Shatterfrost to find a way to break through the line. The first front of the defense finally broken, but Shatter taking out the Warlock. But the burst of Death Knight is really, really good. I don't know if Evanescence had another charge of Gate to use. I don't know how that whole talent works actually. I know you can use it twice. But does it go on cooldown after, or is it like, how does it work? Or is it just two separate cooldowns? Because I really don't know. I actually have no idea. Silence out onto Kinsley. Cannot heal, cannot really reverse some of the damage back to Shatter. There's going to be more scythes flying through. Shatter's been very, very careful to go for hit and runs. He goes in, gets the scythe, backs away. Goes in for a death strike a bit. Chain of Ice, backs away. He's trying to make sure he's landing as much control as possible. AMS is going to keep moving. Wraithwalk to break out of the root. Try to see if he can reposition to a better spot. That is going to be lead by the Shaman. Blind to fall. The Shatter is doing really, really good with this. I don't know if he's got a death back or not. I don't know if the game is even tracking it anymore. But he's in an okay spot right now. He's going to have to go for a couple of death strikes. I don't know, maybe just turn to a totem and death strike off of that just to get a heal. He might just have to. That Spinning Totem is going to be something to heal off of. I don't think it's a bad idea. That really saving it for someone later. He's going to go for a big setup, big size, silence. Oh my god, the Haymaker. Just absolutely bust right through it. And Horbadia is in as an Holy DK. Shatter is going to try to see if he can keep the momentum going. Body is going to get the army of undead rolling in. With Shatter, there's just not much you can do. Death strike spam is all you can do. Maybe just live a little bit. Death pack does get proc, but I think it's over. I think it's rough. And the first use it as a full cooldown, but you could use it at any point and reset the cooldown back to full, so I can use it 90 seconds later, 30 seconds later, and then resets back to 90. Oh, okay, so it basically gives you 2 uses for every single gateway CD. Got it. I understand. It's 90 seconds? I thought it was 2 minutes. I didn't realize it was a 1.5 minute CD. That's kind of good. Body just trying to see if he can possibly mosey over towards Rosie, but the Feral Dude is not letting him get on him at all. You do have the pet. Could go for a pet empowerment. Body, I think, is just trying to see if he can maybe get him out of sight. Is going to get him out in the open. Going to be Rosie bashing in. Trinket to follow for Body. Unfortunately, the Death Knight does not have a lot of survivability, especially when getting locked out while the Druid just goes in full burst. Is it Fist of Fury next? Or is it going to be Demoniac? What is that mount again? It's not from... Is that BFA? I almost want to say it's BFA. Or it's some in War Within. Didn't they do that? Like a cat with Horde armor and like a wolf with Alliance armor? GG? Yeah. It's a tough one, man. It's a tough one, isn't it? Tough class. Down onto a Fist of Fury. Does go for Trinket. Leg sweep. Karma immediately. Rosie backing up out of there. Maybe goes Karma. Root. Yeah, can't stop that Karma. Or can't stop the Cyclone. So Rosie's going to be able to get a catch up. And Rosie, without a Trinket, is going to put you in a bit of a rough spot. Next minute, Fist of Fury might be able to get something going. You're going to be able to catch yourself a re-stealth. And you got an Incarn. I wonder if he's going to have to go for a full proper Incarn here. Fa could go for a... Yeah, he's going to go for the eyes. Rosie's right on his heels right now, leaping in right as he picks up the eyes. So he's going to take additional damage. Incarnation is in full swing. So for Rosie, this is the most amount of damage. Big bite. No Karma for a while. Foth goes in for Fort Brew. Does have a leg sweep in 10 seconds. I don't know if he can just live. Rosie's taking huge hits though. Oh my god, Rosie might just die. Oh my god. Look at the man doing the dance. Deserved. I feel like the dance was deserved. Evidence was 3. Well done. But damn, that burst out of a monk. That's ungodly. That's so good. Okay. Next up, I'm pretty sure is Boris and Light, right? Or were. Get the names off. That was crazy though. I even said like monk damage seems like it's gonna be very scary here. Like this guy could just, if he could just get a huge setup, it doesn't matter if he has health or not. Crazy. It really was. I am Boris. Great. We're going. I just need to swap out a name. Alright, Sword. Legrand? We've done Legrand. I don't know. Did we do another Tolgaron? Let's do another Tolgaron. A caster map, but don't we? We've done a lot of these duels over in the NA so far. I'm literally cycling through the same maps we've done already. This has been really, really fun. So chat, are we doing just a no paladin thing for like next week, I guess? At the very least, yeah? No paladin next week? Because I think you guys are enjoying this a little bit, huh? I assume you guys are having fun. I'm a phenomenon, stacking cheese like it's Parmesan. Ain't different flows, call me Octomom. I'm moving fast like the Autobahn, and I'm independent, so I'm not your fucking starving. Oh yeah, they have like a portal, chaotic void mob. Do I have that for my house? I need to do some housing over the weekend. I haven't messed with my housing in a while. I need to complete my like D&D room, like fantasy D&D room. No, Red still they put Bubble back at Forbearance. Oh, that's actually a good idea. If they did that, I imagine for Paladin. I don't know if Blizzard would do that. I don't know if Blizzard would do that. They just gave Red Paladins like a really cool toy to play with, and I don't think they would take it away. That being said, they did give them an auto bubble before, where they just would auto bubble if they were to, like, instead of dying, they would just bubble instead. So that did happen before. We are missing somebody over for the team too. It is probably going to be Gillenane. It is going to be Gillenane. Hopefully whoever's the 5th over for the team 2 does zone in. Otherwise, Crisp, we're seeing Zenobia and Gillenane. You guys are going to have to do something. Kinsey immediately getting bursted on. Popping the wall is going to be all those pets charging in. Got himself a turtle shell for the burst. And Kinsey, unfortunately, is going to have to turn the attention onto those pets. Gillenane is going to have to be very, very careful. Is that pet dead? He killed your pet. You have to go for my pet. It is so over. Oh, it's so over. I think he's like, you know what? It's over. It's done. I did burst, but it's done. That is rough. I didn't really see we just absolutely turned around and just torture a pet like that. Kinsley does get him with a fear, but it's going to be immediate tremor totem stopping it. Is the root part... Is that root part of the fear now? Like you fear and then people get rooted? Is that no longer a separate ability? It just keeps pruning Shatterpriest crazily, huh? Zenobia got himself at least a little bit of damage. Kinsley got himself a plenty of procs, plenty of burst, with plenty of Maelstrom flowing in. That's a big weakness. Was him. I would have had took advantage of 2DG. Yeah. I didn't realize your pet was just like, it's just over. It's like, okay, well, I got the turtle. I tried to res, but it's like, it's done. It's done. You do a ton of burst. It's just the question of like finishing after, right? Ton of front load of damage. It's just, what do you do afterwards? That could be a bit rough, I imagine. Kinsley getting hit with a fear. I think they're not Shatterpriest, right? Because Zenobia right now, he's fighting for his life. Dude, every single cast, every single global is going to go for silence. Kinsley won't be able to interrupt. But he got himself Lust and Doomwind, so he's got a big setup. Totem, everything is available. It's just full Primordial Storm and nothing Zenobia could do. Literally out of options. No abilities available for him to use there at all. Just in a tight spot. And it's just not a great place to be in at all, unfortunately. Gonna be charge out for no PvP. Does try to see if he can cleave down Kinsley. Is it gonna be enough here damage wise? Blade Storm is out. Does get himself big claw smash into a spear. Kinsley has nowhere to go unless he got buried on the ground, which I don't think he does. I'm sorry, Blizzard. We gotta talk about the demolish damage. What was that final hit of demolish? I'm gonna try to see if I remember correctly. I'll hopefully be able to zoom in on the shaman's health when the final hit of demolish happens. It felt like his health bar did not move. Did it miss? Did it whiff? Is his expertise not capped or something? What is happening? You know what I mean? That's rough. Gonna be a lead by no PvP, man. He's just trying to see if he can get himself any kind of a reset, man. Why not like that? But next I'll play a lot better, having fun. That's all that's important, man. As long as you're having fun. You know, it's not having fun, probably no PvP dubs. Probably just like, man, my class. But it looks like it's going to be Kinsey backing up out of it. No PvP dubs. I think he's still Flame Shock dotted, right? Looks like he might still be rotting out there a little. He's starting to recover health. There goes second one finally kicking in. So at least he's able to get a little bit of health. Kinsey also got himself a nice reset. He has a stun. What is that Bombada thing? Is that from Shadowlands? It's got to be. It is going to be Totem. Unfortunately, stun locking PvP dubs for a second. But he's able to keep on and disarm for just a moment. Because he got himself a root. He got potentially lots of damage here to work with. So you could make something happen. Big burst. Full setup. Totem is in. Big demolish. But I don't know who's the one getting demolished. It looks like Kinsley just thunders him. What in the world? No PvP does so accurate. Yeah, I mean, it's a good name, right? It's a good name. Crisp is going to zap. But unfortunately, it is going to be the rogue that you're fighting up against. Kinsley got a lot of burst, dude. Hold on. How is Motherboard Storm do more damage than a demolish? What in the world? Trying to go for that quick hex is gonna hex him. I love my class. I love my class. I love my class. I love my class. Dude, yeah, I don't know, man. Blizzard probably looks at Warriors and are like, they're fine. Blizzard must be playing like what? Devour Demon Hunter, and they might be raiding on that thing, right? That's gotta be it, dude. Big killing spree flying in, unless Kinsey gotta heal. Yeah, if killing spree is gonna do a lot of damage. It's firing away. Because after the killing spree, you get a couple of those, what's it, so infuriating? Bro, I'm infuriated for you. Like, Warriors used to be kind of good. Nerf Warrior on Tuesday, lol. They increased the bleeds, and I was thinking to myself, like, maybe bleeds will do something. Maybe bleed damage will be a little higher. Like, maybe there'll be some value, but yeah. Pretty tough, man. Succubus catches Warrior as he's trying to see if he can get out of there from a distance. Is going to be the hunt. Dots are in. And look at that burst, dude. Look at that burst. Just a little bit of a setup. And Warrior's just in the spot where he's like, you know what? I gotta live some way, somehow right now. I'm in a rough spot. I gotta find a way to live. But at least he does get himself a sword set up on the succubus with a coup de grace. Maybe if we put enough pressure, maybe the succubus dies. Maybe they'll make it hard for Evanescence, but he's hiding. He's positioned succubus, so you have a hard time hitting it. Vanish out for word just so he can dodge the succubus. And literally hanging out with the Dreadlord out here. I don't even know if that guy does anything. I know he probably does stuff when he's in play, but ooh, try to see if you can go for a lighter side. Unfortunately, the succubus does catch you. That's gonna be the hunt. UA, everything blind for word. Yeah, nothing as a guy is just gonna go in for Meteor. Strikes it down real quick. Kidney shot to follow. Unfortunately, Succubus is super far away. Does go for the kick. Yet another Nethrezza proc, man. It is just sending the dude just out here sending meteors at you back to back to back. We're trying to see if we can grapple it over. Almost landing a kick on the guy. No kicks available, unfortunately. Actually, he got a lot of damage. That kill spree is doing a lot of hits. Big kick. Maybe this is enough damage. Locked out. Evanescence with a drain life. Oh, Whir barely takes him out. In his last breath, he does deliver at least one takedown, especially against a Warlock. The Affliction Warlock so far has been doing really, really good, but we're to his bitter end, man. To his bitter end. Infuriated. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'd be infuriated too. Well, time to mock myself as a true warrior when fighting any class in duels. What, just like a train dummy? Might as well, right? Might as well, honestly. Might as well. Body gripping in Crisp, who's got a lot of those procs. What in the world is these procs? Does go for the block? Did he try to go for a stunt and then block and just stun Bidia? Is that what he's trying to go for? Remember process and play. Glitch Spike is going to be able to connect. I don't know if he's got another rate. He looks like he does have another rate. He's got to find a way to juke out a kick from Bidia. I don't know if he just goes for poly kick. Body doesn't kick. Yeah, paying for it. Paying for it. Heart smile. What's up, man? What's up, my guy? 5 charging in. Chris still does have a block. He also has a wall. I don't know if he will be able to use it for anything. Does break out of a leg sweep. Oh, the poly. Last second. Oh, you're still dead. I panicked too. I'm sorry. I panicked too. So you panic. I panicked as well. I literally panicked with you. I literally panicked with you. Interrupted last second. Ah, run. No! Ah, it did the best he could. He did absolutely the best he could do. Leslie absolutely trucking. Oh! What's up next? Is it Boris versus Rosie? I think it's Boris versus Rosie this time. My god, dude. Bro, these duels. They've been fun. GG's I gotta go. And we'll call it. Because Rosie lost one. Boris gotta go. We'll call it there, chat. It's 8 p.m. It's 8. I'm gonna get food. I'm gonna hop in bed early. I'm just gonna do all that. It's perfect. It's perfect. This works out fine by me, man. This is fun. This is really, really fun. Chat. Okay. Next week. Everyone get kills? Yeah. Actually, hold on. Is your team still 5? Hold on. We could maybe do one Rosie and Light. Real quick. Rosie versus Light. Hold on. Rosie said we got 1. Nah. Okay. Never mind. I think it's GG. Yeah. When I said GG, teams fell apart. It's okay. So you're saying no pallies, yes? I was about to ask you guys, do you want to do no pallies next week as well? Because this could be a trend. We could just do no paladins. If you guys enjoyed these a lot more, if you find these duels more fun, more interesting, we could do no paladins next week. No paladins until they get nerfed. No paladins, this is way better. You guys enjoying this? I'm fine with this. Keep them up until they get nerfed. Look, paladins are not even like broken for 2s, 3s, solos, BG Blitz. I don't even think they're broken. Just in 1v1. 1v1, they're kind of nuts. Like a little nuts. Allah's, but it's so much more fun with with paladins. Yeah. The paladins still get nerfed. I'm fine with it. Yeah, no paladins is fine by me. This is better. You guys seem to be having fun. And I think we're getting a lot of variety of classes. Games are pretty quick too. They don't get drawn out too long. Yeah. They're very, very fast paced. How's Holy Paladin 1v1? I don't know if healers really 1v1. Wait. Dal, what's up? I like how it actually didn't translate. You saying wait. Normally it translates when you triple type something. Can you do a poll? Can you do a poll? What are you talking about, a poll? A poll. Oh, I can do a poll. You want me to do it in chat? Sure. Okay, we can do a poll. We'll do it for like a, I don't know, minute. Vote. Vote. I'll let you guys vote for like a minute. If you're hanging out in chat, just do a quick vote. If you're hanging out in chat, just do a quick little vote. It's been so overwhelmingly on a paladin. I know the chat community is definitely very, very overwhelming on a paladin. Yeah, I gotta delve 9 journey. Guaranteed item every 2-3 delves with RNG from 1 of every delve. That's pretty sick, actually. Make it fair, you know? Yeah. Trying to make it fair. No, I get the sentiment, man. I feel like I read the room kind of okay, at least in my community. I feel like I do a decent job of reading the room. I know you guys are just like tired of paladins. It's not that like paladins are broken, it's just in 1v1 specifically. In that content specifically, they're a little strong. It's the same feeling I had with Pharaohs and Shadowlands or like Rogues and Dragonflight. You know what I mean? They don't play fair in dualism? I mean, they're just playing their class how it's designed. It's just the devs designed it that way. Right? If the devs designed a class to be played in a very unfun way, like cool might have blow against the wind. It's kind of like Feral and Shadowlands, right? They would just bleed people, swarm, and run away. Go bear form, swarm themselves, heal. That's all. And then you just get yourself a full shield. I think these matches are more fun because of the burst window from lesser classes than paladins. Interesting. Yeah, I think it might be it too. It might also be the burst. Classes are able to go for full burst without a paladin, like able to stop them. Even rogues, right? Rogues have good defenses and good burst, but we didn't really see rogues like doing overly crazy anything because some classes do well against rogues as well. So there's some counters there, I guess. The paladins makes it a bit more fun. I have fun with it too, honestly. Miss Shadowlands more and more. Wish we had banner. Wish we had banner. I don't miss Shadowlands as an expansion, but I wish banner was an ability. Yeah. Wait, feather Dragonhawk. Oh, they added that to DBC. That's cool. That's cute. Cute little amount. I thought I was going to be famous. I told my mom when the paladins are going on. Yeah, good. The chat just didn't want to do paladins for 1 week, and I was like, fine. We've had seasons of PvP where for duels we did ban certain classes in the past, like pharaohs and rogues. We did put a kibosh on those just to see, because like, let's say you just have one class that dominates in 1v1 content because they're just stronger for 1v1 specifically. And they just continue wins after wins after wins after wins to the point where on the channel is just like every other video is like that class video, pharaoh video, rogue video, paladin video, and people just kind of get tired of seeing the same class over and over and over, right? Paladins kind of became that a good bit of war within, but definitely so far in Start of Midnight. They're fine for group content, but in 1v1 specifically, they've been bugging people just a little bit. Without bug spears right now, it's just straight up disappearing. Yeah, I that's so lame. Yeah, bring back banner. Like that was a fine ability. Bring back banner. Nobody hated banner. There's people didn't play because Necrolord Warrior was weird, but when people did play it in pleasing PvP, it was good. It was good. Like there's some abilities they should have just brought back in. They should have just kept it. Like rogues got all of their covenant abilities at some point. We had sepsis, we had spikes, which assassination still has spikes, I think. Maybe not anymore. Kyrian thing was there for a bit. Flagellation was there for a bit. I mean, the prune stuff, but it's okay. Out of all SL powers, I will forever be perplexed. Why Ash and Hollow, Necro Banner, Fallen Order, Ravenous Frenzy weren't fully baked in. You're missing one. You're missing one. What is it? Wild Spirits? Night Fae Hunter ability, the most popular Hunter ability of all expansion. I was perplexed about that too. But yeah, Ashen Hollow could have been baked in. Big consecration. Wild Spirits. Necro Banner I think is cool. It's nice flavor for Warrior. Fallen Order with the monks, that was sick. Ravenous Frenzy I think actually was pretty good too. Front Warrior play Banner. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. But like, like I'm talking about the entire expansion, all seasons. It wasn't popular. It was mostly the Venthyr for the Execute or the Kyrian for the Spear. But it most block people down. Necro Swarm back for Dread and miss it. It was such a good. It was a good ability. It was very strong. It was very, very strong in very specific situations. Yeah, Chain Harvest. Chain Harvest too, I agree with you. Decimated Bolt. Yeah, no, yeah, they never got Decimated Bolt. Yeah, Decimated Bolt I agree with. I agree with Decimated Bolt. Yeah, Decimated Bolt would have been sick. Chain Harvest for sure. Hell, even the Warlock like Venthyr Orb ability that just flies in and dots people and curses everybody, that was sick too. I thought that was kind of cool. A dot that spread curses automatically. Caster curses and melee curses. But it just felt so good when you use it. It felt great to press that button. You can say the same for Spear. Surprise Kyrian Pharaoh didn't get baked when they were cranking. That's another one that just never really became popular until at some point in season, just numerically. It was really good. I think with the legendary that they could combine with it. That became playable and it was decent. It was a weird one where it's like you basically buff your ally. So I can see why they didn't add that in, but it like buffed your ally's effectiveness. They kind of sort of brought it in with that symbiotic whatever. So they basically did the heal. Like anytime you get healed, your ally also gets healed. Anytime they get healed, you also get a bit of a heal. So they kind of brought that in, like a portion of that playstyle, but not like the full thing. Yeah, that one was doing a lot of damage though. Like Kun chose to do it just to buff yourself and then just pump yourself full of damage too. So you can buff an ally or just pump yourself up. Huh. I feel like I'm forgetting how it worked. He was back Necro Swarm or something. They had Necro Swarm not long ago too. I mean, assault powers were amazing. They were very strong. Like, I'm not a big fan of bar powers because they give them and then take them away. But Shadowlands ones were really strong. Shadowlands Covenants even had flavor. It's just the power tied to cosmetics was not a good move. If you could be part of any Covenant but choose whatever ability you wanted to, like a talent, I think it would have been maybe fine. There's other issues with Shadowlands, but that was one of those things that could have easily solved. Whereas Cell has so much going for it and it failed so hard. It had decent like setup. I think we're gonna get Shadowlands remix at some point, and it's so filled with pets and toys and mounts and cosmetic things. It's probably gonna be very, very successful. Very, very, very successful. Just on the sheer amount of stuff you can get. But yeah. We'll see. We'll see what they do. Original Condemn was funny to see. Just a warrior charging over and over around matter. Yeah, mobile class. Yeah, because we're just charging with that. Yeah, it was pretty sick. I mean, if they did that when they would keep it forever, I could get rid of it. If they did that, they would just have to keep it forever. I mean, what they do is they keep like our class talents pretty much forever, right? Like they update them and they adjust them, but when you add a utility to a class, they don't get rid of it. That's why they added hero talents, is because you can keep a core of what makes a class identity work, but then you can expand on it with the hero talents. And then there's Apex talents, which is another expansion on that. So that's kind of the direction they're going. Like Wake of Ashes was an artifact weapon ability for paladins, red paladins. And then it just became so iconic, they made it a talent. And now it's hard to make a red without picking that talent. It's like in the center of the talent tree. You kind of need it. Little things like that, right? So it's good to see that they added stuff like that. Things that just are core to the class that they kept. Bring Condemn back. Yeah, I kind of want to execute that can be used in the opener too. I think they'd be sick. Condemn and just slam things in the opener with Condemns would be sick as well. I wouldn't hate it. They could even make it like a capstone talent, right? Condemn, and it's just like, it's a buff version of execute. Give it to Fury, give it to Arms. Yeah, make it a class talent and make it like something you have to invest 2 points into, like 2 points and then down. And replace it with I feel like you can combine Stance Mastery into Battlefield, put Battlefield here, and put that down here. So they could just have Condemn as a baseline. Without Arms currently is, not having Condemn feels weird. Since the only scaling scales on the tree. Yeah, I agree. Unholy DK Apocalypse. Yeah, that ability was class defining. Apocalypse with summoning undeads was class defining, and they kept with it. I think it holds them. Yeah, pretty sure. Pretty sure. We could end it. I'm just letting it run for funsies. One day Arms will get a rework. It'll be dead by then. Yeah, dude, I am hoping Arms does get a rework. I am hoping Arms Warrior does get a rework at some point. Okay, so based on the poll, we are letting Paladins in next week, right, chat? Definitely letting Paladins in. All right, boys, this was a lot of fun. I enjoyed the hell out of these. This was very, 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 very incredibly enjoyable. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get some food and hang out. Probably just gonna go to bed super early because I've been kind of just out of it all day. But no. No Paladins next week. We'll let EU play with Paladins, and then on an 8, we'll just have our own fun. Yeah? So we'll see you guys hopefully next week. Bring Kata Mastery back for Arms. Literally double hit them through. That one was weird. It's like, I feel like that and the Outward Mastery of Bosch. I don't like it. Marksman Hunter also has the same thing that they could like get an extra auto. Let's not do those random proc ones. Maybe you get a mastery that buffs your damage. I like that a lot better. A lot better. But you guys have a good one. What is it? The shovels? The palace? Yo, it actually translated no shovel, no palace as no shovels. Look at that. No palace, no shovels. Paladin apparently became shovelware some way, somehow. I'll catch you all guys Tuesday or next week if you just join for the duels. Alrighty, boys. Alrighty. Peace.
I don't wanna just get by in life before we die. I want it every single time. No chances to revive. Days are slip away sometimes when pressure holds too tight.